on. I have to change the camera.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's do it this way because right now we don't have a cameraman.
Dude, no matter what, I'm always off camera. I'm just a disembodied
I'm still
voice.
going here. What is this?
Oh.
Mine's going. What is this?
What is happening right now?
That
Oh my
was-
God! I got
that
two
was,
chat feeds open right
President
now.
doing that.
So welcome to Awesome
Presidential
Talk.
alert.
Welcome to Awesome Talk Season 10, Episode 6 on October 9th, 2018. So welcome to the show,
What?
guys.
Cheers.
Why were you like scared to say that date?
I was
Like,
unsure
you weren't- oh, okay.
what the date was. I was unclear on the date. So,
It's the 8th or 9th, I don't know.
No, I mean, it just seemed like scared to say it.
I wasn't afraid of it.
Okay.
If that's what you're getting at. But it's just being careful. So, I don't know. So anyway, here we are in the show, and I think we need to do an around the bar. I think we need to get this going with something. Okay. Let's have a nice big clink and a big welcome to the bar. A big yo ho ho. Everybody wakes up. Everybody wakes up.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's the type of energy I'm looking for.
It's like
So-
that part of the year where it's like
Very
you
moderate.
wake up and you're like, oh, it's nice and cool. I can wear a hoodie today, and then you're melting by 1 o'clock. So that's where we're all at.
It didn't used to be like that.
No.
And I don't mean to get into one of those like conversations like when we were kids we had seasons, but when we were kids we had seasons.
We had a reason for the season.
Yeah, and a season for the reason, if you will.
It's true.
But now we just have
Now we're just tired all
Garbage.
everybody just says garbage and everybody's sick.
I think the seasons have just shifted over like a couple weeks or maybe a month, and now it's like just delayed.
But some I feel like have reduced. Like we don't have much of a fall.
It's more of like a.
It's like summer to
it's
winter.
more of like
Kinda, yeah.
a puzzle. Like it's like they overlap each other in weird
No.
ways
Yeah.
whenever they feel
Thi-
like.
Now it's
This-
just 2 seasons. It's just
This
yeah,
over here and over
with a
there.
blur in between.
this one Hun guy I used to hang out with was convinced that not only was like the world turning, but it was also slowly shifting with the turn.
Okay, I see. Corkscrewing.
Right. It's so like turning it, so that's why this is happening.
In space, there is no up, so that could happen, and we would never know it. As long as the whole entire rest of the universe. is
That's
doing
a
the
very
same
good
thing.
point. In space, there is no up and there is no down. So shut your fucking mouth and that's
Yeah.
just
Once
what the
it's-
fuck it
well,
is.
once it's defined, then there is.
Okay, well, until you
Just pick a
define it,
point,
then
yeah.
I'm still gonna go with my diatribe of okay, fuck it. It's like the wild west out there.
It pretty much.
Love the Wild Wild
It's
West.
fucking nuts. so
Crazy ass universe. Just running around
somewhere
doing
out
whatever
there,
it wants.
Blazing Saddles is happening, but in real life.
Yeah, somewhere in the multiverse.
Oh, that makes me happy to think about it.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll throw a topic up there because we started this last show, but we didn't actually
Can we
get
talk
to it.
about something else?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we talk about what Damien posted the other day about what's your favorite villain and why?
Damien posted, "What's your favorite villain and why?"
Yeah, I know you saw it because you answered with the fucking Joker.
Right. Yes, I know what my answer is.
Favorite villain in any movie?
Yeah, and
Of
and
all
of
time?
all time.
Anything,
And
any
Shooter
anything.
story.
Shooter McGavin, hands down.
Why?
Shooter McGavin.
Because it was just so
Here's
funny.
the critical thinking part. Why?
No, I'm just kidding. I just watched that movie yesterday.
Billy,
No,
that's Happy
Hey,
Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, right?
Mm.
My favorite villain.
Pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
Exactly.
Shit for breakfast.
But no,
No.
my favorite villain, and there's a lot of spin-offs on it. It's either Neo or the other dude from the Matrix.
Jobs.
There's multiple spins off of
Agent
who.
Smith?
Agent Smith is actually the good guy, or Neo's the good guy.
Right.
There's spin-offs on either. So those are one of those
okay,
two is my
wait a minute,
favorite.
That's
villain.
actually a good theory. I saw that. Like, there's a whole in-depth.
So
thing
Mr.
about
Smith,
that.
Agent Smith is my favorite villain of all time. Because there's a part of him that's like,
In all of us.
well, and actually wants the best for reality. Whatever
Yeah.
is real, he actually kind of feels like
Yeah.
I want to win. I don't care if you're right or I'm right, kind of thing.
We created them, and now they take care of us.
Right. But there's the spin-off that you say you watched too. Is like the whole thing was that the Savior was going to be born in the Matrix.
In the
and,
Matrix.
Right, and
Yeah.
Neo wasn't born in the Matrix. He was born outside. So that's why Agent Smith is actually the the one.
And it said the one was there before everything, and Mr. Anderson was like,
Right.
I've been here.
It's a big thing. Like, go back and
Forever.
find.
Okay,
It's
all
easy
right.
to find. It's mind blowing. You're like,
Yeah.
holy
I
shit.
just wish.
Even the
wish.
Oracle at the end and says something.
Right, the Oracle
They-
plays
they
into it, yeah.
reference Yeah, they
Yeah.
reference it.
We got people in the chat room. I just want to point
Sorry.
that out. I have things I want to say. Let's see. Madison is in the chat. Hi. Mike Burkholder. Will Smith, Wild Wild West.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
Wild West.
Favorite villain, Darth Vader, because he was good and became bad via his hubris.
Okay.
Tragic villain in some sense. What do you all think?
Perfect villain, I think.
Tragic villain for sure.
Yeah.
Tragic villain, but like people act like he just was awesome and then he was Vader, and it's like, dude, he like murdered a village full of a bunch of fucking kids. Like that was when Padme was dating the dude. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
like, and she's just like, they're there. Like that must have been hard for you. Like, talk about red flags being ignored. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anakin
Yeah, right,
wasn't
yeah.
like a great
Fucking
guy.
bitch.
Yeah.
He's like the kind of dude that like secretly beats someone for like years, and then one day you catch a video of it and you're like, that
Yeah.
can't be real.
That can't possibly be right. Yeah, right.
And then he became Vader because he was a loser. I don't know. Anakin
I don't
had
know.
a
If you
lot
have
of
that much
pent-up
power of the
aggression.
Force, I would never consider myself losing. If I could just, like, think about choking you and do it.
Yeah.
You know, I
How fucking badass would that be? Oh my
wouldn't
god, I
want
would
to
get
choke
in
people,
so
but
much.
it'd be cool to be like,
No,
hey, I've been
no,
opening
no.
up this can.
It's cool to have the
Bam,
option.
No, no,
Yeah.
Dan, I would get in so much fucking trouble because
I feel like that's why the Force isn't just given out freely. Your mind
No,
has
no.
to be in
Oh,
perfect
okay,
check.
okay,
You
no,
know?
no, no.
It's not that
No,
Anakin was like
Hold on, no.
terrible or not. It's just that there were so many warning signs that everyone ignored about who he was and what he was capable
Jedi
of.
are
And
imperfect.
everyone just overlooked it from beginning to end. Like Qui-Gon was the worst Jedi ever. Like his insistence on Anakin being
I got
put
problems
in the
with
Jedi
Obi-Wan,
Order
too.
was like this dumbest fucking thing ever. It was almost, he might as well have said, I prayed for it and this was the answer I got. Like, that's how absolutely stupid his reasoning was.
I always wondered, why isn't there like a middle Jedi? Why isn't there always just good or evil?
There is. No, there are.
Well, in Expanded
You have,
Universe,
yeah,
there's
yeah, no,
the,
you have
some
to get
people
to
call
Clone
them
Wars and
Grey
Rebels
Jedi.
and shit. Yeah, like the Grey Jedi. Or the
Oh,
people.
right.
But now they
Yeah.
kind of associate
Yeah, that's
Ahsoka with kind of being.
Don't hold on,
Grey.
careful. Don't just say it's no new and dismiss it because I got to
It's
tell you
not.
something.
It's not new.
I
don't
used
think
to be
it's
one of
ever
those
really
people-
Talked about in
Yeah, but
new canon.
I used to be one of those people who
I
thought the
wasn't
Clone
shitting
Wars.
on it, but
Oh, I thought you were shitting on it.
no,
Do you like Clone Wars?
yeah.
Okay, then he's not shitting on it then. I mistook your thing.
He
your
mistook your
reaction.
shit.
So there
I
was,
mistook
there was
your
gray,
shit.
What do they call them? Grays?
Well, in the the Expanded Universe, there's like a whole other category that fans sort of have called.
There's
Grey
also
Jedi.
those wizard people,
See,
Lizard people?
wizard people, and there's also Force witches. Which, of course, she brought up the point when we were watching Clone Wars recently, and she was like,
and
"Yeah,
we have those two now. I didn't know about those. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm
You
sorry,
got new ones.
sorry. I didn't know you were behind."
It's like this whole
I'm
like
behind, for
crew.
sure.
Finish your thought.
Has anybody ever just like
Oh,
used
shut
the
up.
Force to make
Oh, no.
themselves fly,
In my dreams.
like in the movies or anything?
They could force jump, and I'm pretty sure it's in the
Why don't
movies.
they ever do
I
that?
think
Just
Qui-Gon and
move
Obi-Wan
yourself.
both
Obi-Wan did it all the time.
do. and run
And who?
and force run like retarded fast.
Yeah.
But nobody ever just like flies, just telekinesis
Not that I'm
yourself out of
aware
here.
of. No, but in the Star Wars books, there's a lot of times where like they fall and then stop.
I feel like they still have to act within physics.
They're not acting within physics.
Yeah, but I mean, to a degree, like your body isn't all of a sudden your
Well-
muscles aren't gonna break if you go too fast.
Well, he made a ship come out of the water,
But-
right in that one movie. Why can't he just
Oh
lift him,
shit!
ship?
Oh,
His whole ship. He lifted out of the water. Why can't he just move himself
I
around?
thought he said he made a shit.
Why
out
do
of
they
the
even
water.
need a ship? Why can't they just move stuff all the time without ships? And
Yeah, but like watch Clone Wars. You'll see that they do that a lot more often.
I feel like if I was a Jedi Master, I would just sit there controlling stuff. I would just get out, have my
Yeah.
cup of coffee, and be like, "Well, this is gonna happen today. I don't have to be
but
there."
that's
But like,
Oh my
but it's-
God, that's
but-
fucking perfect.
Yeah, but that's
Oh
sorta
my
like,
God. No.
that's like if you were born
That's
like,
perfect.
and you lost your sight, or you were born without sight, and you're like, man, if I could see, I would just be looking around all the time at things. Like, if you were born a Jedi, you wouldn't think of it as like this extra thing. It was, I mean, if
the
you were a
first Star
Force
Wars
user.
ever made back in the 80s, the first scene is Luke in the snow, whatever he's. I don't even remember what
That
he's
was
doing.
Empire. It's not the first.
That was Empire.
All right, well, let's pretend it's
the
first.
first one
No
was
matter what Luke is
77.
doing there, couldn't he have just done it from home?
Well,
And
he
just been
didn't-
like, well, I'm going to move that with my mind.
He didn't know yet. Or did he?
Luke at that point wasn't really aware of. his
Couldn't he,
abilities.
when he gained all his powers, couldn't he have time traveled back and done whatever he needed to do?
No,
I guess if he knew how
Time travel,
to
they could do that too.
time
not exactly.
travel, but
Here's the thing, man.
There's a lot of holes.
Yeah, but there's also a lot
There's a lot
of
of
years.
There's a lot of techniques they can do.
Oh,
Look,
my
there's a
God.
lot of like
that was-
knowledge of
that
the
was a lot of
Force
fun.
that kind of
Oh.
goes up, and then it peaks, and then there's like some sort of epic disaster, and then people are kind of starting their trainings all over again, and it goes up. And the Sith is the same thing, because there are like thousands of years where the Sith run shit, like they just run everything, and then thousands of years where they're not there anymore.
Right.
You know, there's hardly any of them.
and then they just go to the like, go, okay, only 2 at a time, which is
Yes.
So kind of like
That's-
goes back
come
and
on.
forth like this.
Yeah.
Like the evil's like one in charge
Yeah.
and then good's in charge.
Like, imagine this for a second, right? So you're Luke Skywalker, and you're learning from Yoda how to be a Jedi for the first time, right?
Yeah, in like a 48-hour crash course.
Yeah, in a
Crash
48-hour
course, yeah,
crash
literally.
course on
Crash on
motherfucking
the
all.
planet.
Where are they? What,
Like
what
kids,
planet are they on?
kids have to start
Dagobah.
this training
That's
when they're about 4 or 5 years old. But fuck it, Luke. Let's
Yeah,
just
but
do
Luke's like
this.
22, and he goes in there and he learns real quick, and and so imagine that for a second, that he's the first person, presumably, to be trained to be a Jedi in years and years and years, right? And years before that, decades before that, there were over 10,000 Jedi, and there were temples all over the planet at one point.
Yeah, that's
So imagine for a second the big fall off of Force knowledge that gets lost in those years where people aren't practicing and teaching people anymore.
Right.
You know? Oh, there's somebody else in the
that's
chat.
interesting.
Somebody else new. Bobby Bates.
Bobby says he needs to
Dan-
teach me stuff about Star Wars. He's
Yeah.
new chemtrail guy.
Okay, all right,
Bobby.
yes. Teach him stuff about Star Wars.
Bobby, show me the way.
I can tell that he's blown away by the knowledge in the
Wait.
room.
Wait, there's more up above. Someone else commented.
You say.
It's pretty interesting though. I always thought about like why aren't they just flying around though? Like seriously, it seems so easy to me.
Force users don't have like there's not like an equal groundwork of
That's
Force usage
Dooku was
amongst
brutal.
like every Force user for the most part seems to be particularly good at something or another, but like they're not all equally powered and being able to do everything great all the time. Like some people are like, well, why couldn't he just use the Force to save blah blah blah? And it's like it's not that they just like flick their wrist. Like there's an immense amount of energy being used, so like sooner or later you can't just keep doing this thing that you have to do, you know, lifting ships and shit. Like
Wait, so there's another comment there. Not the new one. the one
I
there.
never watched Expanded Universe, but I'm definitely going to. Wish I could watch all Star Wars movies with Sarah in the room.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like a personal reserve that they were using. I figured it was like just around them that they were using.
This is a good question.
it's their ability to interact with the Force,
Like they're just
and
manipulating it. They're not actually. It's not.
Yeah,
like their
but-
energy
Well,
but-
but there's still
using.
a conduit.
it's the amount of
how good of a tool are they?
concentration that causes this energy to be.
It's like you want to be a little magnet or a big magnet.
It's like, do you want to be, you know, a white belt or a black belt?
Both.
It's
It's,
like,
all
you know,
one
you-
belt.
I'm gonna be a white magnet.
1099 Casey guys. Yeah.
But oh yeah, somebody else brought up
That was
another point to me about Darth Vader. They said that Darth Vader was a little bit bullshit because he was so strong with the Force, but how could he use the Force with a metal hand?
Oh.
Well, there's like theories that if your body, sorry, go ahead, Jared.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't actually see that you were about to talk.
No. It's like, okay, when Luke like died at the end of the Last Jedi.
Right.
Luke dies.
Shut up, asshole.
No, I didn't watch it. I'm saying.
Oh, fuck off! Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did.
Shut up. No, stop it. Come on.
Why would he have to use a hand at all, though?
No. It was a fake hand.
How little of there can there
now-
be of you before
now-
you don't have the Force no more?
Well, I thought it was just like a
Now-
mental thing. I
now-
thought you could just like sit
now-
there,
That's
close
what I
your
thought.
eyes.
Just be-
When
Yeah.
no,
Stephen
when
Hawking.
when Luke
Stephen
Skywalker
Hawking could do it, yeah, exactly.
disappeared, his metallic hand went with him.
Yeah, that's weird.
It would have stayed.
That's weird.
Yeah, like you were saying last time, it like should have clunked on the ground or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
I don't know.
Sarah?
Huh?
Well,
Middle
they
East molecules,
they
though.
talk about it in the books, but like I said, it's not Disney canon, so I don't know. But like the theories of like you would lose force abilities if you lose body parts or whatever, or the strength, and it's actually happened, but it didn't happen with Anakin really, and people just sort of thought it was because he was so incredibly overpowered. Really, but Anakin's thing when he wasn't Vader, like his special ability was his ability to work with machines. So it kind of makes sense. Like, you know, Obi-Wan hated ships and hated anything,
hated
any
tech,
sort of
yeah.
electron. Like Obi-Wan's thing was that he can communicate with it, not communicate like talk with animals, but like immediately he can get an animal to like help him. And Anakin's whole thing was electronic ships and fixing things, and I mean he was the only human pod racer that like fucking did it, you know, and he was like 6 at the time. So like it's not completely insane to imagine that him having cybernetic parts wouldn't really make any difference to his ability to use the Force.
Almost like an enhancement instead of a hindrance. Kind of thing.
For that thing, yeah.
And in hand cement.
Enhancement.
Bye, Al.
Heyo.
Oh,
Oh,
you.
shit,
Get
that
out of
was
here.
dope.
Oh, my stars.
Oh goddamn!
Oh, golly
my
gosh.
stars.
All right, here we go. Let's see, Bobby Bates. I like this. They should have a gray belt. Guys and Sarah, I apologize for Dan's lack of
Should have a
Star
gray
Wars
belt.
knowledge. I will help him out at band practice.
Thanks,
Now
Bobby.
also known as Star Wars.
I want to
Night.
say hi to Joe in the chat and Brandy in the chat and Pat's in the
Brandy.
chat. Hi.
Thank
Come
you,
on, Jack.
Brandy.
Don't-
Thank you very much. She made me some stickers.
So look, I don't see any reason why not to roll with the same theme, Jared. Who's your favorite villain and why? Wait, did you go yet? Who didn't go?
Nobody.
You went.
I
You didn't
did,
go
I
yet.
did.
Well, if
Dude,
we're gonna-
a favorite villain is so tough. Like, because I don't really even.
It could be anything. There's so many. It could be like a cartoon, even. It could,
let's.
Mine was my
Like,
first.
the guy
choice
who
was
was
a
gonna sell
cartoon.
the ski resort in Ski Patrol, you know, like, is that a villain? Like,
Yes.
like what is?
Yes,
what,
it is.
Or like-
what is the dynamic? here?
Let's try to focus on
Villainous
villainy
villains.
villains.
like villainy.
Like
villainous-
Doctor Evil, we all know
Yeah,
is a villain.
like
you
world
know?
destroying
Okay,
villains.
like World Destroyer.
Right.
it
Like the worst nightmare
is the
villain.
principal from Ferris Bueller's Day
Like,
Off a
do
villain.
they have to stay a villain? Can they just
Yes.
be a villain at one point? Like,
Yeah, I
what's
mean,
the criteria? Like,
is shit. Ted Knight a villain in Caddyshack?
Let's try to stick with criminal ass villains. You know what I'm saying? Like people who would just go, yeah, that's a villain. Like if we don't like villains, you don't have to have a conversation about to figure out.
All right,
masked kind of assholes and shit.
Hmm.
Guys in suits. I don't know.
So that's a tough one.
Mine would be the Joker,
What's yours?
and I know that sounds like a real obvious choice.
He's
but
a
the
lovable villain, though.
No, but the reason is because every time he talks, I agree with everything that he says.
Right, yeah, he's like the chaotic villain that's not wrong.
Never.
But like you just hope, because you're so set in your ways that he doesn't fuck everything up. Because you know what I mean.
He doesn't believe in fucking anything up. He has no plan.
But-
It's just pure human chaos.
Right, and that's okay.
Yeah,
But there's a deep-seated part of yourself that's afraid of that.
definitely.
Right.
You're forced to be afraid of it because if you behave like the Joker, they put you in prison or insane asylums and shit like that.
Yeah, but the Joker proves that you can keep escaping.
Dude, did you hear the escape
true.
artist guy in the news last week that he bailed out of prison from a fucking helicopter?
Oh,
he got a
man.
helicopter to come in,
That's so
land
dope.
inside the
David
prison.
Blaine.
Yeah, basically. But no, like, and he escaped. I don't even remember.
Look, man, look, I don't want anybody.
Wait,
It's
wait,
his
wait,
like
wait,
sixth
what?
time escaping from prison too.
This guy got somebody to fly a helicopter over the prison and drop a ladder out. He just grounded.
Wait, you do know what I'm talking about?
What the? This really happened?
Yes. Hold on, pull it up.
Wait, when?
I love
Oh,
this.
okay.
That is like amazing.
Like, I don't want anybody to ever get hurt, but like, I'm like really.
That's my favorite villain, right
Prison
there.
breaks to
Mount
right, right, right.
He's my
Literally,
favorite.
here it is.
Holy crap!
Right.
No, it's 1973. That's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's a bit off.
Yeah.
Like nobody shot at him, nothing. He just got away.
I mean, I would be in awe that it was
Oh
happening.
yeah, it was French gangster who escaped from prison, hijacked helicopter. He got captured immediately after. So 7 days ago.
Hijacked a helicopter.
How come he's
A gangster
Boys
dubbed as the
got
Jailbreak
it.
King who escaped
And-
from a high security prison in a helicopter with the help of an armed commando team was arrested by French police
Yo.
Wednesday after a 3-month
That's
hunt.
the guy.
I
Right?
Oh,
don't
okay,
feel
okay.
like they really call him that. Like, no one's like, hey, did you hear about the Jailbreak King?
Well, no, he escaped from prison. This is the seventh time. This is the
I
seventh
still
time.
don't believe they
Like-
call him that.
Yeah.
This guy gets arrested just to break out of jail.
This is like the
let's-
Olympics.
It just
right?
sounds like there's something
This
to
is a
prove.
hobby for him. You don't have a
His,
commando.
his last
team
name is
coming to
Fade.
get
Fade
you
Yeah, right.
46
unless you
achieved
plan this.
Unless it's
notoriety in France after penning a tell-all book about his life of crime that was released in 2010. Blah blah blah. He keeps getting arrested. This, that, and the other thing. He actually learned how to break out of prison from watching movies. I
This is
remember
like his
listening.
Oh,
Of course,
good.
Of course.
This is
Thank
his
you.
swan
Yeah.
song.
In
The
2013,
helicopter.
he took 4 wardens hostage and blasted his way out using different prisons' explosive tissue packs.
Shut the. Whoa, 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 hold on, wait a minute.
This is also France.
4 wardens.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the guy took 4 wardens hostage?
Is there 4 wardens?
Yeah,
How?
It's easy to do if
Well-
you're motivated.
How the fuck is this guy still alive?
this summer's jailbreak involved armed men with
See,
power
again,
saws
another-
landing in open
This
air
summer-
prisons.
Power
Power
saws.
This is the
So,
high
like, they
song.
have, like, a log.
Oh my god! They got the extension.
Hey.
cable.
Yeah.
I know this is ridiculous. I'm just reading you. This is new. This is not like conspiracy.
Oh,
This is NBC, and I watched it on GMA the other
This
day.
is not conspiracy.
So-
This
This
is
is great.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's better.
I have a lot of respect for people who break out of prison in a weird way.
I forget what movie he
That has to
specifically.
be a
I wish they
swan
put in
song
that
for this
article,
guy. Like,
but there was
the
a very
helicopter,
specific
like, what else-
movie
how you
that
gonna
he
top
watched to learn how to break out of prison from
Unless
a
you
helicopter.
break everybody in the prison out at the same time,
Yeah.
like that's his last
With their
one.
own
Yeah.
helicopter.
Like, I don't know
Oh,
how
man.
you top that.
To just line up.
Please.
Oh, okay, it's natural born killers, but
One
with
for each
a
prisoner.
helicopter.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, and seriously, you could take the warden prisoner with anything.
Yeah,
You know? Put your
Tommy
claws
Lee
to his
Jones.
throat and just be like, yo,
Yeah.
I'll seriously rip this jugular vein straight out. Like, you don't even need a weapon.
With that awful
Prisons are fucking crazy.
Yeah, but what about the other 3?
The other 3 what?
Well, he took 4 hostage,
Well, you
not
said
I
one.
feel like you
France?
do the same.
France, those France. Yeah.
So they probably didn't have guns.
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
carry like
France.
I
heavy-duty
imagine
flashlights.
prison wardens
France.
probably carry weapons.
No, they're usually just wearing suits
Just
and
stale
ties.
baguettes.
You know those things from
They're-
Demolition
Just
Man?
running around with stale baguettes.
You know those
Those,
things?
those are fucking deadly, though.
Yeah, word.
They will knock your fucking
Yeah, but
brain
do you
out.
remember
your
those
fucker.
things from
Okay.
Demolition Man the cops had where they would like touch your leg and it would go bling and you just happily nod out? I feel like that's what they have in France.
Yeah, that
Demolition
sounds
Man?
right.
It's okay that they have it. I'm envious that they could, you know, get evolved to a
Oh,
point where
yeah.
all they need is just little circles to knock people out. But that's what I feel like they must have had. 4 prisons though, man, that's impressive.
So,
Man, you gotta really be able to hook shit up, dude.
That guy's.
well, he's got a lot of outside resources that are willing to do anything for him.
This just goes to show how money.
They
really is
actually
power.
stole the helicopter
Yeah,
too. He
'cause-
didn't own the helicopter. They hijacked the helicopter. From
I'll bet he
someone
does own a helicopter too, and he was like, "Yo, guys, don't take my helicopter.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Yeah.
make it.
Then he has to like be dropped off somewhere from that helicopter to get in a different helicopter. So
What's
they can't
crazy is
follow
like
him.
you would think a
Helicopter
guy
hopping.
with this many resources would have been like long gone and like in the Canary Islands or something like that, but he was caught within like 3 miles of the jail.
He was probably waiting. He was like, "Go take me back. I want to
No,
try
no.
again."
Yeah,
No, no,
maybe.
no, no, no.
This is
Like,
fun
oh,
for me.
round
This is
two.
what I live
Vote
for.
next time.
Yeah.
You know that dickhead I hate down the road? Yeah, okay. His helicopter
Oh, Brian Buck's
to
here.
his boat, and then
Idiot 5.
yeah, 5.
We got some chats going. A long one.
A word?
Oh man, we got kinds of stuff going. Brian Bucks in the chat. Let's see,
He
he made a
leaves
little
the chat
poopy
if he
butthole.
wants, yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Hi, Brandy. Gotta say, I like Mini Me too.
That's a good one.
You complete me. You're welcome, Jared. Guys, okay, hold on. Hello there. Joker is definitely one of the best villains. My personal villains are the ones you can relate to and feel bad for, but at the same time, kind of root for at the same time.
Hans Gruber.
MCU is great at that.
Hans Gruber.
What's
What?
MCU?
Hans and Franz.
What's MCU? Marvel
Cinematic
Universe
Universe.
is great at that. Vulture, Killmonger, Wilson Fisk.
Oh.
My personal favorite villain is Venom. At not just because of the movie that just came out.
I also learned something about Venom. I think Venom is a spell word. Money backwards. The Y, if you cut the little tail off, is Venom. And then you have the way you pay your friends is Venmo. So I feel like Venmo was operating on the same wavelength.
You
With
were really reaching with
Well,
that.
no, I've read Peacock Tales. I've read a lot of spell word stuff where you can manipulate
You
the
said that
alphabet and
the
do
last
things.
comment.
But there's a
Right,
reason
what?
they call them spell
That's
words
the
or
big one?
spelling
Oh, no.
because I'm putting you under a spell. Translation, I'm going to put you in a
Okay.
trance while I explain it to you. Stuff like that. I learned that Venom might actually be a spell word for making money. And when I learned that at work, I made triple what I would normally do in 2 days. And then it stopped working. So it's fine, but I felt like I was on a roll. Maybe self-fulfilling prophecy kind of thing.
You feel like it's because of spell?
Yeah, spelling. I put you under a spell with my spelling.
Are we on channel 1?
I put you.
I
put
feel
you.
like I'm in a rap battle.
I put you in a trance with my translation of it.
Oh my god.
What did I just say to him?
Come on, man.
There's so much more.
How much more?
When we write in cursive, I'm
there's
casting a curse on you with my cursive. It's a real thing. It's totally fucking real. And they're all using it. All the bad guys. The good guys know about it too. They're using it too. But the bad guys have hijacked it. I'm sounding like a crazy person. There's a couple of books. There's a couple books I've read. Peacock Tale. The guy really breaks it down. It brings in like numerology and stuff, where like you line up letters with the numbers and stuff. But it's definitely a real thing. I find it fascinating that the one of the apps we use to send money to everyone is Venmo, which literally is Venom, and then I learned that Venom is money backwards, but if you cut the little end off the Y.
Venom is not money backwards.
So you take the Y, it's just the way it's written, it's a V,
yeah,
it's technically
sorry.
a V, and it's Venom backwards, and then Venmo just kind of mixed it up a little bit, but it still relates to money. I don't know.
Well, look, man, I'll do anything to make more money. So you just tell me what to say during this.
Just say Venom.
I'll be
Just say
right
Venom
on
the next
board,
time you're
dude.
doing a scratch off, or when you go to work, you might get a raise.
Imagine me sitting in public scratching a ticket going, Venom, 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 Venom. I feel like people will call
Well,
the
what's
police.
crazy is once I realized this, me and my girlfriend
I
watching
would-
TV.
I would
You
be
guys know me,
worried.
like I'm not up
I
to
would.
speed with movies and comic books or anything like that. So like once I realized this was like 3 weeks ago, me and my girlfriend are sitting at the the couch watching television, and I had already told her the story how I realized Venmo backwards and money backwards and Venom and blah blah. And then I watched a Venom commercial, and I'm like, I just went like this to my girlfriend, like, you fucking kidding me right now? Like I had no idea that was even in the works. And it was the same exact day that I realized this and was saying Venom all day long. And then I come home and Venom is now coming out in the movie theaters, or is already out.
So you were saying this before the Venom trailers dropped?
Yeah, before I even knew that it was going to be a movie. And I'm not into comic books, so I know he's a character, but
Yeah, I want to get into this.
so weird. It's such a weird,
I think Venom looks cool.
fucking scary as shit.
Yeah.
That's a human in there?
No.
You
Or
didn't
is he
know-
a creature?
You didn't know Venom was
No, I don't know
parasite?
anything.
It's like a parasite or some shit.
Oh.
It's not,
Yeah,
it's not
But he has like a
suit.
human, he's like
It's-
encased around a human.
It's an alien symbiote.
Yeah, it's like
That's-
So it's not a
It's-
human in a
it's
suit like
over,
Superman or
uh,
Spider-Man or...
I forgot the guy's fucking name. Ed.
Norton?
Who knows?
No. Like the guy who's Venom.
Oh.
There's a few different ones, isn't there?
Well, no.
The new
it's
guy, Hardy.
The fucking guy. Yeah.
Tom
but
Hardy.
He is Eddie Brock. Okay.
Okay.
And that's Venom was a very bad person, and then for some
Hey,
reason.
wait, so he's a person.
Yeah.
He's a person in there.
No.
He takes that off and goes to bed
No.
and-
But then
Venom itself is just
Carnage
the
came.
black entity thing that like
That's
latches
where it
on
lost.
people to use them to like do stuff.
I got you.
But
I just think it looks good. People are knocking it, man, but like a lot of people I know who've seen the movie keep saying, "Oh, it looks It looks actually, it's actually pretty dope.
I
Yeah.
just don't have any real interest in it, and I don't know why. I mean, sooner
Someone asked, or Bobby asked if I can imagine a symbiote get a hold of me.
Imagine symbiote. Tom Hardy. That's right. That's the
Parasites
name.
are the worst.
One of my favorite villains is the fat guy on the electric scooter at the Kmart. Let's see.
Who left and came and announced I'm back and threw a fit at the register? They charged him too much for his dance.
Dean Warmer and Miles.
What?
Worst villain. Dean Warmer and Miles.
Oh, dude, that's going way back.
I love that.
Way back. What is your favorite villain?
Fucking this Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
He is a good villain.
Yeah, it's the best
Zool?
villain ever. And Zool.
Zool is definitely a good one.
Gozer the Destroyer.
Gozer,
Yeah.
Gozer
Choose the
Gozerian.
form of the Destructor.
I am the traveler.
Choose.
That's a pretty good one.
Choose the
Yeah.
form of the Destructor.
Ghostbusters, hands down, one of the greatest moments in cinema ever.
Ever.
That and Pee Wee Herman 2 are. Or no, not Pee-wee, the new one, the one that came out 3 years,
The
3
new
years
one
ago.
was
The newest.
really good.
Those two, Ghostbusters 1,
Oh my
and the
God.
newest Pee Wee Herman,
There's
best
a new-
moments
there
in
was a new
cinema
Pee-wee
ever.
It was so good.
I'm
It was
telling
a
you.
work
I
of
understand
cinematic
what you're
art.
saying.
Yeah, those
Really?
two movies.
Yeah.
Hands down,
I gotta see that.
best things
That
ever.
Pee Wee Herman movie
Yeah,
was.
okay, no,
I watched it
it's
3
We're at
times
Pee
in
Wee
one
Herman
day.
house here.
I feel, dude. I think
I like
we
that
did
one.
that too.
You what?
It's so good.
When that movie came out, we watched it. As soon as it came out, then we watched it again the next afternoon, and then right after that, we watched it again.
It
Yeah.
was the best.
It was the best.
The when he was introducing himself at the fucking little miniature town scene.
All right. Switching topics.
Joe
Yeah.
Manganiello.
Kavanaugh was like elected into the
Let's see,
the,
he's SCOTUS.
Yeah.
Supreme Court. But
Yeah.
okay, did anybody see Matt Damon's?
Yeah.
How fucking genius was that?
He's like, you're
Oh my
embarrassing
God.
me
Oh my god!
in front of
Apparently-
Alyssa Milano.
Apparently, that was like a really
Be like-
last minute thing. Like that wasn't like a bit that was planned. That was like really last minute.
Right.
I thought
No.
Which is-
Like Matt Damon's like, okay, I'm going to start at 11,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and I'm going to get to a 15 real quick.
Real quick.
I'm confused. When I watched it, I was confused. I thought Matt Damon was very, very conservative, and like, I
No.
imagine he'd be
No,
one
dude,
cheering
Matt.
for Brett.
No, hell no, dude. There's
Matt
this great
Damon
video
was-
of him.
yeah.
Like somebody asked him some fucked up like question about what teachers.
I saw
should
that.
make.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
he
No,
got,
no,
got
no,
their
and he's
face.
schooled. That's
Yeah,
why-
school shit. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was with his mother.
Right, yeah.
His mother was a teacher.
Right.
And then, this guy said, like, okay, well, like, 10% of teachers aren't good at their jobs. And it's like, okay, well, actually, it's more than that, but it's like, okay, well, and Matt Damon goes, where the hell do you get that number from?
Yeah.
Right.
And be like, okay, well, maybe you're a shitty cameraman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a
shitty
good video.
cameraman,
He
yeah.
was good. I just thought that Matt Damon was ultra conservative and.
No, definitely not.
That guy doesn't give a fuck. I love that guy.
Yeah, for real. But yeah. No, I saw it. It was funny, man. As usual,
I was-
dude, Matt Damon is funny, man.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's great. My favorite thing with the Judge Kavanaugh stuff was like the memes. Like he like rolled in. It was like he was pretending to like have like the hockey Stanley Cup trophy, but it was a keg. He's like, I'm judge now. Here's the keg. Because like he had the whole big spiel about how much he loves beer, and like the other meme was like he walks into like his like. Trump, getting sworn in, but he has like a keg on his shoulder.
I like the one where you see the Supreme Court and there's one empty seat and the guy's laying face planted in front of it with his pants down and a beer in his fucking hand.
That's the one. It's like the entire Supreme Court, and then you just have this guy.
Yeah, it's just face
down.
planted. Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of freaky, and I know a lot of people will cringe at this. But
I like beer.
When
I like
Trump
beer.
was elected president, he was like, "I'm selecting 4 Supreme Court justices before I'm out." He's already got 2 in, and their guns are on Ruth now. She's 86 now, and she wants to lower the fucking age of consent to 12. So there's that.
She's got to go anyway.
Yeah,
Right, so
well,
I guarantee you Trump's going to get that as his third. And then the woman that Obama nominated, the Sotomayor, what am I saying the word?
Sotomayor.
Yeah.
That's right.
She has type 1 diabetes. Apparently, she's in ill health regarding it because she's a little older, and that's Trump's next two. He's gonna be he's gonna have 4 Supreme Justices.
Listen, let me just tell you something. I don't care what anybody's beliefs are here, which most of our beliefs are.
This is going to get interesting.
Real crazy.
Well, yeah, but
it's not getting interesting like tomorrow.
Regardless of what happens,
Thank you, sir.
I theorize. Let's talk from a couple different standpoints. My first standpoint being, let's imagine for a second Trump was planted there, right? Let's imagine.
I have a theory about Trump.
Wait, hold on. I want to go through a couple of different ones really quick. Let's say he was planted there to do a job, right? So far, he is doing that job, and he pacifies a certain level of the American public and what they desire in order to continue to do that, right? So let's say that that's one scenario. Let's say there's another scenario where he's planted in there, but at this point he's gone far off the rails and they didn't expect it, right? Let's say that he's sort of no longer doing what they want him to do, because there does seem to be a lot of weird kind of backlash all of a sudden, even from places like Fox News and shit like that, right? So to that end, I do think that in November he's going to start to find that the next 2 years of his presidency are going to differ very, very drastically from his first 2 years. Because I think the Democrats mostly and independents are going to take over everything at that point.
I actually think the exact opposite. I don't think the Democratic Party is going to be alive in 2 months.
I wonder that.
I think they're going to. I feel like there's stuff that's going to come out publicly with Rod Rosenstein as soon as he gets removed. That I actually honestly believe this is the last year that the Democratic Party is even in existence. And I'm not just saying that because like I'm personally libertarian. I have no qualms with the Democratic Party or anything like that. But they did a lot of dirty moves, and what's going to happen is, from what I understand, this whole Russia investigation with Mueller and all that stuff, everything they've uncovered has brought more dirt on the Democratic Party. So just Hillary alone doing Bernie dirty in the DNC by hijacking that.
That was terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
So that alone, it started a derailment, and then they started going crazy with the Russia. And then when they started doing the Russia investigations, they found that actually Hillary paid people to spy on the Trump campaign through the DNC via Russia, and like it's just getting worse and worse. And then there's like some really terrible things on the horizon that are also. It's just like a snowball, and it's like that game Kerplunk where you pull the things out and eventually all the marbles fall.
Hold on, I don't disagree with any of this.
It is
some of it I don't know.
Reverse Jenga. No, it's not Jenga. It's just Jenga with balls in it.
Yeah,
Well,
basically,
that's
Jenga.
Kerplunk. Right, it's Kerplunk. That's literally Kerplunk. But what's happening is, and actually, there's legislation going on in the courts, happening back and forth, because Facebook, Twitter, and Google are all under investigation for shadow banning. And there's this huge thing, #WalkAway movement, which is about how they're giving testimony to leaving the Democratic Party off of this bullshit that's being happening.
But hold on,
and it's huge.
Let me just add to this for a second.
Okay, yeah, keep going.
Not that I disagree with any of this. I don't claim a party anymore because I can't.
Yeah, we have to just be patriots,
So,
be American.
So here's the thing, though.
Make up
Why
your own fucking mind.
should the Republican Party continue also?
Because we live in a republic.
Yeah, but don't you think that the Republican Party is also suffering some pretty massive damage? I feel like both parties
feel
are
like
suffering
they do
massive fucking damage.
Because of the media we have is so biased, it just appears because they're selling it all the time and spewing it on us.
Sure.
The
It all
Republicans
depends
are
what
bad.
echo chamber you're in.
Exactly. Walk in whichever echo chamber you want.
Rick?
But when at the end of the day, we have a republic, and what that means is the law rules the land, not any particular person. So like that's.
So what if the laws are bought by people with agendas?
Well, that's
Then-
that's why
what I was gonna
that's why it's so
now,
hard to
with
pass
term
them.
limits and with lobbying and all this other stuff that they're able to do.
But at the end of the day, we still have the
People are gonna
same.
get bought out
But the Bill
all
of
the
Rights
time.
is still there. Like you can still have these things
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, you still have.
Okay. The Bill of Rights is no longer like really a.
It's all completely relevant.
Like a law. It's like a guidelines.
I feel like
Exactly.
it's just a sentimental piece of paper.
The ultimate root
Thank
of being in a republic is that you have due process in a court, and this is why this Judge Kavanaugh case with what's her name,
The blonde. Yeah.
whatever. No, not whatever. She's very important. Ford.
Yeah. I know. I know who's.
That's why it's so important because this was a very important moment in time because it allowed for an actual reality of mob rule. So, like, you can actually judge this guy without even giving him a trial. You can ruin this dude's
But
life.
this wasn't a fucking trial, dude. He wasn't in a courtroom. He was getting basically interviewed for a job.
Well, no, it was higher than a trial. That's why when he got asked the FBI thing, he was like, I'm not going to ask you this because the FBI is just going to give me the 302s.
Well, my point is, like, that wasn't him sitting there to get, like, put in prison or not put in prison.
There was no legal
you know what I mean? Like, so everyone
taken.
that's like, he's fucking innocent until proven, it's like, yeah, it may be by law, which, by the way, that's not even exactly what the law actually is. But besides that...
There are two things that killed me. I'm sorry, finish.
It's just frustrating that people, even if you thought he was innocent, and I'm not saying he is or he isn't or what
One
I
person's
think,
lying in that
but
room, yeah.
If he was so innocent, why would there be 1,000 stipulations on all the people the FBI can't interview, ask questions about, or dig into in any way at all? It would seem to me that I would really want the FBI to be like, fucking investigate everything so this guy can get this baggage off of him and just move in there with
From
a
my
fucking
understanding
clean,
of
good
it,
slate.
the
That's
FBI
how
was
much
like,
happened.
where do you want us to start? She gave us no leads.
Nobody was allowed to be interviewed. She
interviewed.
herself was not interviewed. That's fucking crazy. Why wouldn't you interview literally maybe the most important person in the entire situation?
Yeah,
I don't. You need to send me links to what you read because that's not anything that I read.
That's definitely a fact.
And it was like a 4.5 day investigation, and the results of the investigation are locked behind closed doors,
and
nobody's allowed to take notes on
What I
them.
read was that people, and actually,
yeah, exactly,
my family's
psychotic.
My family's like really good friends with one of the directors of the FBI here in New Jersey, and I can call him and find out for sure.
I
and
know
I'm not
him
just saying
too. Jim, right?
No, not Jim.
Okay.
Regardless, but I want to know what you read because what I read was that the FBI was going to be given the case and being like, "Where the fuck do you want to start?" Because we can talk to her and she basically the interview that he was going through, all the facts were laid out there. So like they were like, "Well, what are we gonna like? This is all we know. This is literally what we're gonna get to by asking people."
Were handed a report that was like 1,500 pages long, and they were given about 24 hours to read it.
No, they weren't handed anything. It was a copy behind a locked door. You had to go in there with no ability to write notes. You couldn't bring anything with you. You could look at it in the closed, locked, secure room, and that was it.
Wait, who wrote it?
That was the FBI report.
One guy.
That nobody's allowed to see or read.
Right.
But what would be different than what happened in front of the Senate?
Can I just say something?
That's what I want to know.
There are some other things too that really bother me about this guy, and there's two things particularly. Now, one I'm not sure about, and the other one. Oh, first off, I want to say big ups to Rob from Random Ramblies with Rob is on the chat room right now. John Pfeiffer from the Aquarian is in the chat room right now, and Epic Film Guys Nick is in the chat room right now. He just said Venom sucks.
Yes, dude, it does.
Big ups to Rick and Sarah for the care package you got today for the awesome talk and ice in the face swag. Absolutely. Do we want to see some of that shit, homeboy? John Pfeiffer's there, Rob, and Random Rams with Rob. Thanks for the shirt. Here's what bothered me about the Kavanaugh thing. There are certain things character-wise that made me not believe anything that he said. So, for example, and I read this in like one of those memes. So I need somebody to look this up and tell me.
I will. I probably already know the I'm meme king.
There was a girl who was raped. She was 17 years old. She was Mexican and got pregnant. And he actually said to her, "Go ahead. No, tell me if I'm wrong, because if I read it wrong or I'm getting it wrong, I need to know."
No. But then he's talking. I wanted to hear what else happened after that.
He said to her,
"Who's he?"
Kavanaugh, when she went to get an abortion.
Oh, that was so fucking horrible. I'm sorry.
When she went to get an abortion, he said to her, you should really think about this because this is a really big decision. To a rape victim who was pregnant and 17. So that right there really fucked me up.
How does he play into that? Like, what was she in his courtroom for?
Again, I read this. I'm not really sure.
Because, like, you should just go get an abortion. You should not have to go in front of a judge to get an abortion.
I guess it depends on where you are in the country.
I assume that it was probably during the trial.
Right?
She might have been detained.
She was detained and raped.
That might have been part of it. So I need somebody to look that up. But the other thing was this: when they asked him,
she was an illegal, right? She
correct. Yeah, that's the backstory.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And then there's the other thing.
There's no real proof for it.
where he's asked, if there's no real proof, then I can't go on it. But here's what I can go on. That they asked him, what is a Devil's Triangle? And he said a drinking game.
What is the Devil's Triangle?
It's
Isn't
two
that
dudes
like
fucking a chick.
I thought that was the
yeah.
Apple
Hey.
Easy.
It's also...
Okay, it's also known as a Devil's Three-Way.
Two dudes.
Which, you know...
Wait, when was he asked that?
He
In
was
the
asked
Senate
that.
court here?
Because they were looking through his calendar that he kept.
Why?
Of his daily diary
How
calendar.
psycho is keeping a calendar?
Psychotic,
Well,
dude.
no, his dad taught him to do it because his dad was a judge, too. It was like...
Yeah.
Yes, I know. His dad used to read it
I
out loud
actually
to
keep
him
a
at
calendar diary,
Christmas
too.
time.
It's even more
Put it out
psycho.
there. It's
That's
better
even more
than
psycho.
therapy.
John Oliver did a bit where he's just like, how fucked up is it to sit around your dad at Christmas time and have him read from his calendar? And he was like, and by the way, judging by the year this happened, it would have started when Kavanaugh was about 14, so that makes it even worse.
That is so weird.
Dad.
Actually, you
read
want
from
my,
the
my,
calendar.
want my honest input? This is my honest, true to be to God input. I don't fucking care what anyone did, what the truth of this matter is. I will tell you now why Kavanaugh was so important to this party getting into the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Because if you remember, Trump has already elected one Supreme Court justice.
Right.
Where was the shit show for that? The reason why the shit show is now is because they're trying to peacefully have... I need a little water. They don't want the military to intervene, and this is why Trump's whole presidency is in existence anyway. There's actually going to be military tribunals for war crimes in the past involving Hillary Clinton, possibly most likely George Bush Sr. Lots of people, Sally Yates, blah, blah, DOJs from the past, blah, this, that, and the other thing. Brett Kavanaugh, under George Bush, shortly after 9/11, fucking wrote the Patriot Act.
Yep.
He wrote the Patriot Act.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Do you have any idea how much shit this fucking dude's done that makes him
Wait,
completely not good to be on the Supreme Court?
You have to let me
Oh,
rewind.
this is gonna be
Wait,
so
wait,
good.
you have to let me rewind. You have to let me finish. So yes, when the Patriot Act passed, we're all like, fuck this shit. You cannot spy on us.
I didn't know
You
that.
cannot illegally
He
detain
lied
us.
about it.
Yeah, he wrote it. You
He
cannot.
lied about it on
That's
your own.
huge.
But I have to finish. You have to let me finish.
Okay.
You cannot illegally spy on us. You cannot detain us indefinitely forever, like without a trial. You cannot do this. You're not allowed unless you're deemed as a threat to the American country or a terrorist. And so now these things, like just Hillary, for example, in the whole Benghazi thing, people just shrugged it off like, oh yeah, she
Yeah,
tried to
I
wake
know.
up. No, that's a fucking big deal.
Yeah, it's a big
And
deal.
it could actually go down as a war crime.
Mhm.
The reason why Trump wanted Kavanaugh so bad is because he knows the ins and outs of the Patriot Act because he fucking wrote it, and the NSA caught all these bad guys in the past 4 years via wiretapping and illegal spying, going in their coming into their cell phones, but they're not even using it, just sitting on the table. So Obama and his wife, just bedside mannerism, they got it all. So now it's because they know it, they got it. And I'm not saying Obama,
Whoa.
I'm not saying anyone in particular, but
Are you
they
saying
caught
Obama and his wife had a threesome with this guy?
the Devil's Triangle.
Okay.
Holy shit.
No. So now,
Yeah.
here's what's happening in the Trump campaign. Now that they know this is happening, Trump could have made Kavanaugh his first pick months ago, but he didn't because shit's hitting the fan now, and they have to justify catching these bad guys using the Patriot Act because it was illegal what they did.
I don't disagree with anything that you're saying in principle. Okay.
Right.
But at the same time,
You're not going to find proof of this just by Googling.
the other reason Kavanaugh was elected by Trump to do this is because he also publicly stated that he doesn't think a U.S. president should ever be prosecuted for anything.
Well, he was
Exactly.
also under George Bush,
That was
and he
the-
was,
that was the
but he was
biggest red
still he was
flag
still a
right
judge
there.
under Obama too, and Obama fucking had Fast and Furious. He fucking gave Iran $4 billion a week before he left.
I don't trust him either.
Right.
So anything you're going to say to me about Obama, I probably agree
But-
with you with. I don't trust him either. I don't trust any of them.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
forget that.
for me personally, I'm willing to throw the dude a bone because this is fucking very exciting right now. Very, 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 very
This goes
exciting.
back to what you were saying about Trump being like a plant because he was Hillary. We're going to investigate her, and then he got in all
But not
this-
before that. Trump was
forgot
always
about
like, Obama, give me your birth certificate. We still never got
Forgot about
Obama's
it.
real birth certificate. He gave us 3 different ones, like, this is the real one, this is the real one. And then he had mugs made with his birth certificate on it, and that still wasn't the real one. So that's whole Trump's thing. So like, I can pull up 100 videos.
But listen, let me ask you something, man. From somebody who would almost identify as a near conspiracy theorist at one point. Okay, let me ask you something. Why in the flying fuck would the U.S. government, who has more information than literally anyone on Earth, why wouldn't they just make one correct birth certificate the first time if they were going to fake it and put it out there?
It's crazy.
Like, is it really that bumbling? Of a fucking system,
it's really
and it's not even a birth certificate.
That's the thing. We're looking on the internet. Did we actually see this?
Photoshop?
No, we didn't see any. And also, Obama's records.
I don't know what I saw.
Obama's records are still sealed. You can't get his access to his education records.
But I would also have to say,
why?
We can then argue that nothing is truth. Because we haven't seen everything.
I actually have a theory. I have a theory. This is my theory. And love or hate him, because I don't fuck.
I had a friend who once said, who reminded me of you, who once said that 1,000 years after the pyramids turned to dust, people will argue whether or not they existed at all. And I was like, man, that really fucks me up, dude.
Yeah.
And that's true. Yeah. If you're out there to see it for yourself.
One more thing I'm going to say.
All right, then we're going to cut to a break.
What are you
going to say? I was going to say that I always tell you that after enough time goes by, any evidence of our civilization will, for the most part, be gone. But things like stone tablets will still exist, and it'll look like the high technology. The high technology.
It looked like that's where we left off.
Ideas will always exist. The thought of
pyramids always exists. Computer chips aren't gonna last. CDs aren't gonna fucking last.
Well, the one that Carl Sagan sent off into space will the fucking record. Aliens are gonna get that. What do we do with this?
Yeah, aliens are gonna be like, what is this?
Right. But no, one thing.
Imagine if they got in there like, I already have this one.
Oh shit! It's the exact copy. See, look, it's the same one.
We got this 36 million years ago.
Can we just say hi to new people in the chat?
Yeah. I got all excited.
My ass off.
I thought it was a new one.
I got like 3 of these.
This is like the Alex Jones show. Oh, please don't ever say that.
Alex Jones, so
now we're birth certificating. Oh, it's Kristen.
Yeah, hi Kristen. Oh, no, not the birth certificate. Yo, Epic Film Guys, secret conspiracy. The Democrats nominated Hillary because they knew Trump would win. Heather joined the chat. What's up, Heather? John Pfeiffer says, don't do it, guys. Politics are pointless. They take on too much of our life.
John Pfeiffer's right, though.
John Pfeiffer, I'm going to tell you something, man. Not only are you right, but we got to cut the break.
Yes, sir.
And then we're going to come back with something new.
Extremely right.
All right? So you stick with us.
Oh, boy.
Dude, Epic Film Guys, I like those pumpkins.
Oh.
I said it.
Hey.
Threw that bottle cap in there.
Instead, you're just...
Somebody say something to close us out while I'm winding down the volume and whatnot.
Something.
I have this theory.
Let me know when you're getting close.
Well, I was watching
and then you're
Alex
supposed to end
Jones
it
the other
there.
day, and,
I have this theory.
Hey, yo, get killed. Hey, yo, get killed.
You're listening to us. And the face.
If there could be a food item that would guarantee you'd want to fuck her, what would the item be?
Well, I mean, anything fruit related, I think.
Well,
you're a fruity guy?
That's not exactly what I meant. I mean, like, people already wear, like, fruity perfumes and shit like that.
Well, you know,
I mean,
what
like,
was it?
I mean, like...
Apple? Was it apple? Oh, wait, no, hold on. No, peach. When you smell peach, it's cat piss. They use cat urea to throw the scent. So whenever you smell a peach chick, if you're really into like the peach smell, you're actually into cat urine.
Is that what that is? That's the tell.
So peach then is your answer.
Yeah, peach is his answer then. No wonder he had his nose in the litter box when I came out of the bathroom before.
So you're asking me, like, what lesser common food items smell?
Like a fucking...
Like
a 20-piece.
Right.
Or like a...
Or a 15-piece.
Like a junior... Like a Wendy's Junior's Bacon Cheeseburger.
A Western bacon
candied apple cinnamon thing is... That might
Yeah,
do
but
something.
but there's already perfume that smells like those things.
Right.
I'm thinking of like
What?
meals
Oh, what?
here.
No?
Yeah,
You're thinking
sure.
about
Like baby, you
breaking
smell
into
exactly
Salisbury
like
steak.
a
Like, oh, this pussy
you smell
smells.
exactly like a Hungry Man dinner.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you smell like.
some Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you smell like some
Scotch.
some Roy Rogers.
Scotch would be a good one. Well, you just dump scotch on them.
Yeah, you just pour scotch all over the breasts.
And then they smell like scotch.
Yeah.
So.
Now they smell like scotch and KFC. I think they're two smells I never thought would
I
smell
guess that's
great
the point,
together.
right? Like if the KFC stink isn't you rubbing KFC all over them, it's a healthier option.
Now imagine she's lactating and the bourbon is mixing with the milk, and now the KFC order's coming off, and now the milk is coagulating and you get a sort of breast cheese.
Biscuits.
Whatever, man.
You want to smell her biscuits?
No.
Nobody wants to smell her biscuits. The craziest medical practices doctors thought made sense. Now, some of these are pretty obvious. Number one is the lobotomy. I mean, you know, scraping out the front of someone's
Right,
brain
makes sense,
is probably a bad idea, no matter how you cut the pie. A hot poker in the ass to combat hemorrhoids.
Well,
I gotta
it definitely
say,
That actually
like,
would work.
I feel like that's
it
being a little
cauterizes
underrated.
it, right? You know?
yeah.
Here's the problem.
Oh, hot poker in the ass, though. I mean, that's got to sting for a while.
Right.
Oh, if you get infected, too,
Right.
like the infection end of it
And
has
people
to
back
be.
then are eating like skunk foot
Right.
and like
They're
shit
eating
dirt
crow.
and like, you know, so they're shitting like
And having a
liquid.
lot of goat butter.
They're shitting like liquid sandpaper
Goat butter.
through a burned anus. You know what that feels like?
Feathers
goat
and
butter.
claws and fucking.
Feels like somebody puts.
mouse
It feels
feet.
like somebody
They're
takes
eating like
Could you
goat butter
imagine?
and porridge.
yeah,
And like,
and just plants.
Could you imagine passing a rat claw?
Yeah, through your recently cauterized asshole. They make you eat a bag of claws to ensure that it doesn't shut all the way.
they have like colostomy bags, but it's just burlap.
Yeah,
And it's
right.
like
Yeah, it's just-
tied with some twine around your
and they're like,
side.
what's that greasy spot in your leg? It's like, oh, it's just my leaky bag.
It's my Hungry Man dinner.
It's my Hungry Man dinner done come out the side. You know what I mean? What's really great is that
Yeah, I'm happy they invented the cream.
there's like pictures, there's like illustrations of how the medical procedure was done.
I'm very
and
pleased.
basically it's folks with their asses sadly pointed into the air
With,
and
like-
some doctor like
with, like, a
banging
tuition.
banging a hot spike
Yeah.
into their asshole
Right.
with a hammer.
Well, that was basically the lobotomy, too, just minus the hot part.
and also in the ass
Right.
there.
Oh, that was your face.
Yeah, not your face, but ass. This is probably the best
same.
way.
It's probably the same poker.
I feel like
Probably.
hemorrhoids would retreat with great, you know, urgency when confronted with the poker. Let's see here. Radium, liquid mercury, the tapeworm diet, intentional malaria
The
infection,
tapeworm diet.
tray panning, which is basically if your brain is all, you know, inflamed, they just bang a hole in this back of your head to relieve the stress.
That actually, they still do that.
They still do that.
Yeah.
They have no choice.
Well, they
And
did
your
it by
skull's not going
they
anywhere.
did it back then by burrowing.
Sometimes you just gotta mallet
Yeah.
Mallet
Look,
your way in.
Look,
Or like one of those hand crank drills.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like they had Dremel. They didn't have Dremel tools back then.
Right.
They just had like one. They just had one rock that was pointy and a rounder rock that banged the flatter end of the pointy
They had
rock.
their arms dictating the RPMs
Then, do you
of
think
it.
back
Yeah.
then they were like, man, one day they're going to be able to invent a KFC bath bomb.
yeah,
but
right.
until then,
let me just smash this hole in your skull.
They got your head hole up to a total of 60 RPMs.
Yeah.
60 revolutions per minute. Feeling
Hey,
the drill.
what's his face over here is really, he's really fast.
He's really
with
cranking it.
He's really cranking it with the tray panning spikes. He goes done. I don't know, like 60 burlocks or some other made up,
Burlocks.
some other made up time.
Or
Yeah,
lineage.
he's like done 60 burlocks per second.
What's a burlock?
except back
It's my
then-
surname.
It's like inches, but
Yeah.
less consistent.
Back then, though,
Oh.
like You know, there was no frame of reference, so it
Right.
could have meant anything.
Yeah.
The guy could have done like 1 tap per hour.
Yeah.
And they would have
And
been
they're
like, "Whoa,
what's an
60
hour? We don't have
Burlocks."
time zones here.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as that.
Sex with a virgin.
But that was a medical treatment for
It was a medical
what ailment?
treatment. Let's see.
Being a virgin.
The troubling myth that someone infected with a social disease then transfer it to a virgin through sex dates back to at least the 16th century when
That
the
means
practice
the
was
virgins
first.
have to have sex with all the popular guys.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll be socially awkward too.
Yeah.
Because
Nothing ever changes, Stones.
Yeah, I guess
when the
fuck that.
practice was first documented in relation to powerful men trying to rid themselves of syphilis and gonorrhea. Sadly, this ridiculous superstition continues in some parts of the developing world. So, in other words, these guys are like, "Oh, my shit burns and itches, and there's all
Let me
sorts
get
of
rid of this.
discharge." Here,
She's clean.
Come forward,
Yeah,
gorgeous
come here
virgin.
with
Come forward with your
vaginal
purity.
slop.
Yeah.
take
I feel as though it will draw out the demon.
Take me away.
Yeah.
what was that? Was that commercial?
Yeah. And then immediately when it's over,
What
they
was that? What was
engage.
that thing? It was some kind of salt, right? It was
I don't know.
Fuck. Calgon. Calgon, take me away.
Oh, yeah.
So this is gonorrhea be gone. Take
I
me
imagine
away.
afterwards the virgin was treated to some tray panning to, alleviate the horror
Right. Well, they're
of being infected with gonorrhea
Yeah.
on purpose.
It's like vag
Yeah.
vag,
I saved
I
myself
feel
for this
like
monster.
that was a
Anal
time period where
pustules.
no one really got in trouble for purposely infecting other people with bullshit.
Yeah, because everybody had
they only
something,
lived till
you know.
they were like 30, so
Yeah.
max.
So fuck it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're dead now.
Like, I lived to the ripe old age of 22.
Right.
Think
I could tell you stories.
Think of how weird it would be to live in a time period, because the way that you experience time would be extremely different
Yeah.
if you knew that your lifespan was
Well, yeah,
like that.
at 11,
and
I'd have
that
my
everyone
midlife
else's
crisis. I'll tell you what, I
would
wouldn't
be
wait till I was
too.
21 to start drinking. I mean, I didn't wait till I was 21 to start drinking anyway, but that law wouldn't exist in any society.
No. People were finding alcohol by accident back then. Animal dung was one. The clyster. It was an enema performed by a device called a clyster, which was a long metal tube with a cup at the end. So I suppose it would flush you out and then catch the whatever exited.
And then he'd put it in your face for a tip afterwards.
Yeah, like, here. Look what we did for you. We dug this out.
Put some coins in here.
Yeah,
in
we
a
s-
cluster.
Yeah, we got it in the
In the cup. Put the
Yeah.
ball in the cup.
It's like an iPhone. It's like the Clyster .4. See this? The metal is less rigid and sharp on the edge. This is less rusty.
You'll thank us for this.
Yeah, the wood is less splintery.
Is it like a
People
collapsible
waited
cup?
around the block to get their hands on this.
Yeah, they waited up all night. They
Cleansing
can't-
diets everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
tray panning their children right in the sidewalk. Yeah, Clyster was a concoction of boar's bile thought to have
Yeah.
positive effects.
Right.
Imagine being a boar and somebody is just capturing your bile in a bag.
Well,
and you're
they just jam their hands in there and just grab a
Pull
little.
it- pull out what they need.
and pull it out.
and the boar is like, this life is so good, I don't even have to shit. Somebody just comes and gets it. They just keep tossing me good shit to eat. I don't know. You'd think they want what's in here. Let's see, medicinal urine, electrical sex belts, real snake oil. Shark cartilage. There's all kinds of great stuff here.
Shark cartilage, isn't that still a thing that people
Well, one of the most recent additions to the dubious medical treatment canon is the use of ground shark cartilage pills as an alternative form of cancer treatment. Theories
Yeah,
about
I don't
their
think it's
healing-
curing cancer today.
Emerged in the 1950s. Blah, 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 blah. So what do we have next?
Well, let's see.
All right.
So I was reading about what people used before toilet paper was invented,
The sponge.
and I was really surprised by some of the answers.
So it's just a bunch of sticks and acorns and shit.
It was leaves, grass, stones, animal fur, sticks, snow, seashells, hands, and I saved the best for last, corn cobs.
Oh man!
Anything you can make a roof out of, really.
By the way, it's good enough for the top of my home. It's good enough to clean shit out of my ass crack.
That. If someone today walked into the bathroom with a corn cob, you have a really different expectation of what was happening than before toilet paper.
I don't have to say what I assume's going on, but I got to say that all the little pockets in a corn cob are probably good for catching shit.
They're good catches, yeah.
You gotta have a real calloused asshole back then, by the way.
What do you do with seashells?
I don't know. I mean, isn't there a movie that asks that same question?
Man. Yeah. He doesn't get the 3 seashells, you know? Everybody laughs at him.
Yeah, just pinch it off.
And they never...
Same with stones, man. What are you, crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the quality of the shit, I think.
Even, animal fur fucked me up, because I'm like, there's, like, fleas
What's
and
fucked
ticks.
up is animal fur is the most realistic one.
Wait, hold on. You don't just flea and tick your asshole up. You gotta smack it against the tree a couple times.
There's no way that the animal fur they were using was
animal
clean.
fur toilet paper.
There's no way.
No way.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You just shake it out like a wet.
That's not getting shit out of anything.
What rag?
You need to get some of that black tar shampoo that gets all the chiggers out of your head.
Well, now that I know what they were using,
you have to shampoo your toilet paper.
I know what they were using for toilet paper. I definitely want my asshole cauterized in this time frame too. Like that's definitely.
Well, that's the only way to kill all the lice off.
Can I just say that I feel like a good cauterized asshole would make for a better wiping experience because it would smooth out all your wrinkles.
Well, it's just a trend
I think
change.
it would just make more.
I mean, today people bleach their assholes. You know, it's just
it's for good purposes.
Goes one way and then it goes the other. You know, just goes back and forth.
If you're a pale white porn star and you've got a brown anus, a bleaching makes sense actually, because you don't want that thing standing out like a sore eye.
I don't know.
You want
like one of those dick spots.
Maybe when you pull it open a hair, there's a slight spark of pink. Maybe that's what you want to see, but the brown, you don't want to see that.
I don't know. I mean, to each their own. I hope
guess.
everyone
Stones
lives.
is into that.
Yeah.
He likes when the asshole is very varied from the rest.
Very varied.
Whatever color, just something off the charts.
A wide target, if you will, with a deep center. You know,
Star fruit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's what I was thinking. What else now? Nose-picking masturbator terrorizes the New York City subway riders.
Isn't that just been happening since the subway began?
I kind of felt like it was a bullshit headline myself. And what's fucked up is that it's like Channel 4 New York. Like it's like
there's nothing else happening. Channel 4.
Yeah.
Like,
is there not like rich people fucking us in the ass with giant sandpaper dicks at the moment? Like this is news. And how do they know the guy's 32? Authorities say a 32-year-old man riding a southbound train. 11 reported seeing masturbating. How the fuck do they know he's 32?
Do you think that he doesn't have anywhere to jerk off, or do you think that there's something specifically about the train that gets him off?
I think it's probably exciting to be on the train and realize you have nothing left to lose.
So he's like one of those dudes that collects railroad memorabilia.
Yeah, I don't know.
By like next level.
I did learn this week though, relating to this story, that like if he was to come on you, police wouldn't protect you from the semen.
No, they have to get you after the fact. And to speak to your earlier point about being collecting train memorabilia, all I can imagine is that every time this guy blows a load, he goes, dibs. That's mine. It's like when you lick a cookie and you put it back so nobody else can take it. Except they use semen on the train. Less than 2 weeks earlier, a 34-year-old woman had seen the suspect masturbate. Why is everyone's age being put out there?
Why does it even matter how old she is?
How do they know?
To the group of people reading the articles?
How do they know he's 32?
Right.
You know, authorities say a 32-year-old man. Like,
well, they were interviewing the cop as he's like taking this naked booger picking masturbator away.
Like if he
She's
were
like, how old is
wearing
he?
like
I don't know,
a
32?
traffic cone on his head that was like stapled and hot glued on, like I could be like, yeah, that's an important.
That's a 32-year-old male.
Yeah, if I've ever seen one, this is what they all look like.
They count the rings.
Yeah. 1, 2. Well, anyway, he's jerking off in New York somewhere, and they can't find him.
There's a lot of them.
Blah blah.
Jerking off.
Apparently, he's 6 foot tall. He's between 50 and 60 years old. He's 200,
Wait,
250.
50 and 60.
I thought he was 32. What do you mean?
Yeah, what the fuck? The man was last seen wearing a light blue jacket and
He's
blue
been
jeans.
doing this for 20 years.
And he's only done it twice, and it's made the papers.
God.
Oh, I'm sorry. The 32-year-old man saw the suspect on the train. That's what
You
it
know,
is.
Rick, you're changing your whole
Yeah,
shit
I know.
here.
I'm changing my shit up.
You
Well,
can't
whatever.
trust those millennials.
Yeah, they don't know. They think 14's 56. They don't know. They don't know shit. All
I don't know
right.
what masturbation is. If they did, they wouldn't be attacking Harvey Weinstein so
Yeah.
hard.
Oh,
too
come on.
soon?
Come on. No good. All right. Candidate.
But
Wait a minute. Let me move on here. Woman, no. Oh my God. I had a good one I wanted to read to you guys. Okay, the bath bombs was one of them, but Sarah already beat me to the fucking punch. This is nothing. How to avoid wiki? How to avoid chigger bites?
How to avoid them to start with,
Well, after you wiped your ass with an animal fur.
or
Yeah.
a corn cob? That
Yeah, or
was in
corn
a
cob.
chigger nest.
Fresh out the field. Let's see. You guys want to guess what number 1 is? Part 1.
Don't go near any chiggers.
Close. It says avoid areas with chiggers.
That's like the obvious number one advice. And like honestly, if the list only had that one thing on it,
I'd be like, done. I win. Avoid that's like if you don't want to get any STDs, avoid sex.
that's not even good enough anymore.
Yeah, I know. You could just
Don't use public restrooms.
pick that shit up in the air.
Dude,
you know?
you can get it at the salad bar.
Yeah.
What?
You can
Under like
get
a
herpes from hot tubs. Like you
Yeah.
can't be safe around people. They're fucking gross.
Yeah, they're pretty disgusting.
What'd you refer to them as the other day? Acid dripping rat faces, I believe it was.
Something like that.
That's a dripping rat face. Step 2, sit strategically.
Sounds like something I'd say.
Look, avoid sitting or lying directly on the ground during the summer months. Instead, bring a folding chair. Can I just say something? Chiggers don't give a fuck where you are if you're near the ground, I feel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got the capability of
They're
climbing
not
a chair.
like, oh, that
if they can
guy's in the
climb your
chair.
leg, they
Yeah.
can climb
Yeah.
a chair.
Yeah. That guy's in the chair. Leave him be.
Yeah. That aluminum.
Yeah, and those rubber holding things. That must be an old chair. Let's see. What's some other good ones? Keep chiggers off your body. There's all sorts of pictures and diagrams. Like some guy holding a hand of cocaine.
Someone sat
Oh.
down and was like, I'm going to write this article. I'm going to answer this question for someone.
Apply sulfur.
Obviously,
If you are wary of the chemicals
just
in
rubbing
DEET,
cabbage.
you can try dusting your clothing with sulfur. That sounds safe.
yeah. because then nobody will go near you.
Yeah, no one will fuck you for
Chiggers
sure.
or people.
Nothing.
That's a good idea then.
Let's see. It will have or smell like rotten eggs. Powdered sulfur. Yeah.
Hey.
Well, you know,
Good thing, good side, bad side.
I feel like if you're gonna go outside and that's your fucking like game plan, you just better not to go outside.
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you.
Oh boy.
You're Italian. It's called Italians or Italians, but it's only referred to as Italy, not Italy.
So,
What's up with that?
I don't know. I don't talk to those assholes who say Italian.
Yeah.
Well, is it derogatory to call somebody Italian?
I think that it probably depends on the intention. If you were like, hey, you fucking greasy Italian, it
What's up,
probably
Italian?
means something derogatory.
Eating some spaghetti over there, Italian.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But it's just not Italy.
Well,
It
Huh.
could be. It could be whatever.
Whatever you want. Just
Ah.
words are things and things are stupid.
yeah.
Jesus.
Got it.
Man reports unexploded World War II bomb that turns out to be a zucchini.
Well, it's a
What?
shitty bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tiny ass bomb.
A man in the German town of Breton reported finding an unexploded bomb from World War II in his home garden. Dude, he didn't know he was growing his own fucking zucchinis.
It was one of those stray wild zucchinis.
Oh, I see. It just sort of made its
They'd
way
find
there.
out.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't recognize this one.
Right.
Yeah.
But I know a much more likely solution.
Yeah.
Because we're
right.
German.
Yeah. Clearly, this World War II bomb would just
Yeah.
appear in my garden that I've been working in all summer, right on the surface. Just totally fine.
I wonder what that phone call to the precinct was like.
Well, he was 81 years old, so he's probably like,
These damn Nazis.
goddamn bomb in my yard. And the guy's like, what? I can't understand you. There's a bird. What? Or what? I don't know. All right, let's see here. I'm going to move on.
Could have been the dispatcher.
Naked Chandler man attacks dad with a Swiffer wet jet.
Did he use
The Swiffer Witchet squirts water outward, right? So, like, that's
Yeah.
pretty good to blind someone.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're trying to get somebody down real quick and out of the way, maybe a good
Yeah.
That
Swiffer.
Swiffer would
It
work.
is a good shotgun with a bayonet type thing. You know, you got the
Yeah.
jet, and then you got
And
a
you just-
giant pole.
Yeah, you just stick him in the
You know,
neck
like-
with the pole.
Like, how much damage was dealt?
Authorities say the argument turned physical when McPherson followed his father into the bedroom. His mother left the house but was caught in the garage and brought back into the home. McPherson stood in the doorway. Let's see. Man, where the fuck is
Just in the
it?
doorway sweeping.
Police say they
Getting
found an
mopping
empty.
blood all into the floor.
Police say they found an empty whiskey bottle in his room in the house. You know what's fucked up? You know what the story really is about? A drunk guy that got in a fight with his dad.
Right.
But they picked out the one benign 4 seconds that happened where
Right.
the guy maybe chucked a Swiffer that was in his
Yeah.
way for half a second.
It's probably the grocery store brand, too.
Yeah, right.
It's
yeah.
not authentic.
Yeah.
It's not even a Swiffer.
It's like a Swifter. Dad's like, I never dreamed I'd have a son who's not even good enough to hit me with a real Swiffer. You fucking loser. And then he squirts him in the eyes like, my eyes! Oh my god. And the guy was naked when he did it. Who the hell attacks their dad naked? You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, people that are cool with that whole thing are is just weird.
what,
naked
naked for
naked
their
Like they're
parents?
like the parent comes in while the other person's like in the bath and like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah. Get out of here, man. This is, it's a one man room. Fuck off.
taken.
Yeah, probably.
So
We good with the
Yeah,
audio?
we're good now with the
Good with
audio.
audio? Nicholas Haskins,
Bless
we
you.
good? We good?
Oh, bless you.
Thank you, Nick, for pointing that out, dude. I wasn't sure. I didn't know that happened. Damn it!
What is wrong with you?
I fucked up. Now we gotta start all over again.
Rewind.
So what's
We
with
really
your
like your
Yankees hat?
hat, yeah?
Oh yeah. the
We
Yankees
should
hat.
start a crazy hat club.
I don't even watch baseball. And,
So you're from New York, I hear.
I was born in New York, so I wear that. And
That's so interesting.
Yes.
No,
You
All right.
guys should have said it all in reverse.
Work new. When you,
Or-
Dude, if I got the video and played that in reverse and he actually said something, all you guys would shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, for real.
Your minds would all be completely blown.
Or he would say stuff that we'd be like, what? is
Well,
happening?
yeah.
We cannot
Like listening to
invite
Led
him
Zeppelin backwards.
We can invite him back, but only in reverse. I don't know what that means.
You walk out, then walk in.
Yeah. And the rest of us are like, what the fuck's up with this guy?
This guy's weird.
What's up with Hat Guy?
What's up with that?
Reverse hat guy.
Yeah.
You'll walk out with your hat like this, walk back in with it like backwards.
He always wears that weird Yankee hat. What's going on with that guy?
All right, another topic. What you got?
All right. This is actually something me and Hat Guy had a
Hat guy. I hope that doesn't
conversation.
stick.
That guy.
No, but okay. What actors appeared in both universes, DC and Marvel?
Isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's like a good trivia question right
I
there.
Michael
have
Keaton?
no fucking
It's
idea
a hard
at
one.
all.
We thought about like 4 people, no, maybe 3 people, 4 people,
5.
maybe 5.
Who appears in both?
Yeah.
But yeah, it plays in both DC and Marvel universes. Any movies?
I'm lost on those movies. I gotta be
Yeah,
honest, man. I'm not
pretty
following them.
terrible with like modern day actor names.
There's not many.
Like
There's
he'll
really
name
not
like
many.
actors. I'm like, I have no idea who the fuck that is.
Who's the
Like
guy
I
that?
happen to have one face in my head every time you name any male actor. It always looks the same in my head.
They all look like Chris Pratt.
Ben Affleck's one of them.
Okay, Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, and then Michael Keaton.
That's
Ben
what I said,
Affleck
Mike
is
Lee.
underrated, by the way. Underrated.
Underrated.
He wrote
Underappreciated.
Good Will Hunting. Come on. Such a good movie.
Underappreciated.
Who's the other one? Halle Berry or something?
Yeah.
Hmm.
She was
Catwoman and who else?
and Storm.
Storm.
Oh yeah, she
Oh,
was
right.
Storm.
Storm was the most invisible of all the X-Men, really. You forgot she was kind of
Yeah.
there.
You have Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, and Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
I hope they make Deadpools from now till fucking the end of time, honestly.
Yeah, it's so good.
Even when
Just the
Ronald
comedy
Reynolds,
alone.
yeah, even when he gets old and dies, just computer generate him and just keep it fucking going. Just log as much Ryan Reynolds information as possible so you can create a Ryan Reynolds artificial intelligence so that this can keep going
I
forever.
can't picture Deadpool being played as anybody else but
Yeah.
him at this point.
Because Deadpool is Van Wilder as a superhero, and
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is Van Wilder.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. This is taking this
Never thought about
like
it. That's a good analogy, though.
in a totally different direction. Okay, Joaquin Phoenix is going to be the next Joker.
Yeah,
He's
it's a-
gonna
he's
rule
gonna
at
be good
it.
in it.
Hold on.
Just can't wait for that.
What about Jared Leto? I thought there was going to be another movie with him.
There
I
is,
just hate
and
that
guy.
James Gunn is directing it.
That guy just irks me.
There's another
Everything
Suicide
about him.
Squad movie that.
There's
and
another
he-
Suicide Squad
Yeah,
movie
and
coming?
he's the one directing it, so they kicked him off of what the fuck? Did they Guardians of the Galaxy, and now he's gonna be on
Wow.
fucking Suicide. I bet they were like, well, no one's gonna watch this anyway, so whatever, just get him in there.
To me, that guy, like, personifies like just everything I don't like about people.
Who?
Jared Leto.
Yeah,
Like,
I
his
think Jared Leto's a good
his
actor.
personality is
And
just
30
like,
Seconds to Mars was a
the
good
worst.
Yeah, I
band.
always loved Jared Leto.
Oh, I hate him.
I don't
Yeah.
think he should have been the fucking Joker.
I don't know. I haven't
No
seen
The
it.
way.
Mets Joker. I
I,
didn't see it
I
either.
still haven't seen it.
Like the way he treats people around him and stuff. It's like, what are you doing? Like, why do you treat people like that?
Are you talking about Jared Leto?
Yeah,
Like the actor?
the actor, the singer.
How does he treat people?
Like,
In
you see
real life?
documentaries about him and stuff.
There are
Like,
documentaries
There's-
about Jared Leto.
about his band and like all that. Sunny
Okay,
shit
yeah,
that's
yeah. Well, I
happening.
know that. I
I've
knew
seen
that there was
the one on.
The guy's
Netflix.
like a straight prick.
Wow.
And I was like, what is this guy?
That's
like,
disappointing.
Why is he acting
Maybe
like
that
this?
makes him a better Joker, especially
Maybe.
if he's going to be
Maybe.
like a silver tooth,
But
gangster.
I was
Joker.
very turned off by like everything that I saw about him, like in all these other things. And
I
it's
had a
like-
question.
Okay.
I wondered the other day. Okay, Mark
Like-
Hamill
like that.
is, you can't argue that he's the best Joker of all time. Okay, so now that we know that, what would it be like if Mark Hamill played a live-action Joker for real?
No, I don't think he would be able to pull it off right now.
You know why? Because of his age.
What if he? What if
I
it was
just-
younger
okay.
Mark Hamill?
No. Okay, so he could be like, what is he could be wearing? Is he
For,
gonna,
okay, well, hold on a second.
I want Mark Hamill in another Wing Commander.
Let's remember him in his iconic
Holy
role.
shit!
His iconic
James
role.
Gunn, Suicide
You are a
Squad. It's
fucking
getting in my
asshole.
mind.
Oh,
He's gonna write the new one.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's
You
doing
just said that.
He's doing the sequel. Yeah.
I didn't even smoke.
Yeah, he's doing the sequel.
Oh, but I thought that was rumors. You literally said that.
Yeah,
Where was
I said they kicked him off Guardians of the Galaxy and they're putting
Right
him
now
on the
he's gonna do
sequel
that. He's
to
gonna jump ship and go to the
Yeah.
other side. All right. How did I miss that?
I don't know.
You're probably looking it up, so if you didn't hear me say it.
No, I just saw someone post up there, Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad came back to my brain. James Gunn came in. I just read it in the news today. How I didn't hear you say it. I don't know.
Your brain has like a conveyor belt. It just got there.
Yep, and it's like
Yeah, all this
there's
other
multiple
stuff.
conveyor belts. I just got to like the one level of conveyor belt of it all. Whatever. Sorry.
It was in
everybody.
mine. It just finally got there.
Let me get back to my seltzer too. This is my brain not on alcohol.
Yeah, what are you?
I don't remember where the
It's
fuck
just
we left
seltzer
off
cola.
now. I have no idea.
I'm so
Joaquin
sorry.
Phoenix. He was talking about
Oh.
Joaquin
Joaquin Phoenix as the fucking Joker is a great idea.
no,
They're
but-
going to be filming in Newark this weekend.
Yeah, that's dope.
Again?
I guess so.
dude, you do not want to show up in Newark if you don't have to.
Especially when they're filming Joker.
I think that goes for any time.
I'm fucking telling you.
Newark's not.
Dude,
like
they
a great
they
place to
released
hang
a little
out.
bit more footage, and he just is awesome as the Joker.
Yeah.
Like that, he is so.
Dude, Joaquin Phoenix
perfectly
knows how to
chosen.
live a fucking role, man.
He's good. He's real good.
Hold
One of
on.
his most epic roles was when he was like the Caesar. What was that movie again?
Gladiator.
Oh, I never saw
Gladiator.
Gladiator.
Yeah, he
Let's
was so
see
good.
here.
in
I think he
Gladiator.
was as good as Johnny Cash in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good too. Walk the Line.
Yeah.
Really
Sorry,
good.
folks. So, Epic Film Guys. Tom Hardy appeared as Bane in The Dark Knight Rises, and he just recently appeared in a gigantic embarrassment to cinema called Venom.
So he also just did both.
Yeah.
Oh,
News just
okay.
broke today.
It's
Rick,
6 now.
you'd probably run a razor blade up the underside of your dick, then watch Suicide Squad. It's horrific.
Which
I don't
maybe
know,
why
man.
James Gunn's gonna go do the next one.
Maybe it'll be awesome, dude.
No,
I don't know.
it's not gonna.
I like the
based on the
idea.
descriptions that I've read, it sounds like the worst thing that ever happened.
I like the idea that the Joker can be interpreted in so many fucking ways, yet still hold
I don't
the
want to
principles
see a
of the Joker.
Harley Joker relationship movie. I'm sorry, like there's
Yeah,
not
but doesn't
enough
she kind of go
Batman
out there
fan
and
in me in
fuck
the
around
world
with
to
other
wanna see
dudes all
that
the time?
dumb shit. Their whole fucking thing is so stupid. Harley used to be his psychiatrist. She fucking lost it, and then she ended up falling in love with basically an abusive fucking mental asylum prisoner. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is like the greatest thing ever." And it's like, dude, is it? Like, is
Are
it
you sure
fucking
about that?
really?
I'm like,
Are you sure this is good?
I don't know. I just want to see it. I haven't seen it. I don't know. We have a lot of problems like that. Like, she won't watch Indiana Jones: The Crystal Skull.
I'm not ruining great memories with new realities.
she shouldn't.
Thank
Well,
you,
wait,
Jared.
wait. That movie was great because it came
No,
out
it
in
was
2012.
not.
No, But for the time, because everyone was like, "Is this what's going to happen in 2012?" On December 21st, everyone was like,
Dan, I want you to stop and think about what you just said. Saying that was a good movie.
Wait, hold on a second. In the news at that time,
steady.
In the news at that time, I'm being very steady.
Uh-huh.
The Mayan culture had this group of shamans that were carrying these crystal skulls for 3,000 miles.
That doesn't necessarily mean the movie was good.
You didn't see it.
Oh my God!
I know, but it made
Shut
it
your mouth,
for that time period. Having that actually happen in the news, these shaman guys carrying these crystal skulls for 3,000 miles, and then the fucking
Don't give away the ending.
I know, but then the Indiana Jones movie coming out in the same year that has something to do with that. At that moment in time, you just had to watch it. Just had an intrigue alone.
Come on, man. The goddamn refrigerator.
The stars lined up.
Those crystal skulls are all over the place in the
I have
real
one at
ones.
home too. There's crystal skulls
No,
everywhere.
the ones in the museums. The ones in the museums.
Oh, right.
Who doesn't
The
have
actual
one?
ones. There is like 8 of them or something like that. You know about
But
that?
no, the shaman walked with the ones they've had for thousands of years. They were like 2012 was like their calendar moment. That's what
Yeah, I don't know how they got a hold of them.
And it
most
was
of them are like locked up.
It
in
was a
museums
dud.
somewhere.
Right, it's a media
2012
sham.
was a
Fake
dud.
news.
Oh, yeah.
It was a huge
Right.
dud.
All it was
Just
the
like
end of their
Y2K.
calendar.
That's
That's all
it.
it was.
Go get your extra toilet
paper.
paper.
It starts over again.
Yeah.
That's all.
Because they ran out of rocks.
They ran out of rocks.
I don't think we ran out of rocks.
Hold on a second. Someone cut that audio clip. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was great.
There you go. Watch it.
No, he
Sarah,
said cut
watch
it out. He said cut it out.
Oh, cut it out. Oh,
Yeah,
terrible.
exactly. Thank you.
Yeah,
he
when
also-
that ending happened, I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever watched.
Let's see.
No, dude, it was fucking garbage. Maybe 20 minutes in, then you knew. It's like, okay. Well,
What
this is
was
gonna be
Crystal
fucking-
Skull?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you,
And
man. I
you
just
knew
wanted
that
to
this is
see
gonna
it just
be-
so she knows how bad it is.
No, that's not a good reason.
That is a
very
good reason.
That's a
That's
great
why I
reason.
watched
That's a
Terminator
very
4.
unloving reason.
No.
I feel
no,
tortured,
stop.
so I need you to be tortured.
Look,
too.
listen to me.
That's
I don't know
fair.
if you guys know this, but they're about to do another Indiana
If that
Jones.
actually happened,
Really?
he would have died at the end.
What is it gonna
because
be
there's
about?
a
I'm sure he
shitload
would
of
I don't know.
rocks flying
Of
It's
around.
gonna be worse than
And
Nicolas
would have
Cage
just
in the
annihilated
Constitution.
everybody, but
I
he
don't
was
know.
just standing there like.
There's going to be another Indiana Jones coming, and they have higher
Oh,
hopes
man.
for it. You're going to have to see this one just to bridge the gap.
Is it Harrison Ford
Yeah.
too?
Yes,
How old is he now?
a zillion years old.
Does he have
I love-
kids in
I
the
love
movie?
Temple
I
of Doom,
forget.
though.
I don't, well,
He
Shia
could play
LaBeouf is
Stab.
in the movie.
No.
He's LaBeoufing.
Did Shia LaBeouf really actually lose a thumb?
In real life?
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
There's a lot of myths about LaBeouf.
I don't know if it's
Myths
his
surrounding
thumb
it.
or if it's part of his finger, but yeah, he did for like a role.
By the way, I also think LaBeouf belongs in the same category as Crispin Glover and your boys playing the Joker. Yeah.
I agree.
Roll?
Even Stevens was
Dude.
great.
That would be a great fucking idea.
What?
Wait, Harrison Ford's in a wheelchair.
Shia LaBeouf is a Joker.
Shia
Indy
LaBeouf
5
is
keeps
Joker?
getting delayed.
The what?
Indy 5 keeps getting delayed. They can't get Harrison Ford's wheelchair onto the set.
Yeah, there is no way that's happening.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, Harrison Ford is absolutely fucking capable and fertile.
Because wasn't the third one Sean Connery was his dad?
Right.
And like so now I can see Harrison Ford being the dad.
The
Now
Sean
Shia
Connery,
LaBeouf is
right.
gonna be-
Yeah, 3. The
Yeah.
Holy Grail.
Yeah, that one.
No, The Last Crusade.
Yeah, The Last Crusade.
Last Crusade.
Yeah, you're right.
The Holy Grail was
The first
Monty
one.
Python?
No.
Monty Python, yeah.
Oh my God, I love you, but I hate.
Wait, no, that was the third one because they got the Grail in the third one. He's right still though.
Yo,
But
motherfucker
you're
was a
right.
hamster.
Well,
My
he's
God,
right in
father
terms of
smelled
the plot line,
elderberries.
right.
Oh wow.
But look, for the love of God, man, don't you guys think that just for a second she has to see it just to know?
Not even for a second did they think
No.
that.
Come on, man, you
No,
gotta
yeah,
know.
yeah, she's gotta watch it. You gotta
Dude,
watch. I'll come
I
over and
watched
watch it with
That
you.
Terminator
sounds
4.
I would
like
say
something
it's-
I have to do.
It's like 60% watchable.
Here's the thing: watchability, even if it was 0%. Don't you think it's important to see
Yeah.
it
Nope.
just so you know where
I'm
the
on Rick's
story's
page.
going?
No.
And I'm gonna say watchability
No.
is actually like
Thank you.
20%, but
I
still
think
it's
that
important to watch.
watchability is based on
It
interest
does
in
have the
watching it, and
original
if the
chick in it.
interest is
The,
below
Right. It has the
zero-
original chick
It's
in
got
it.
the original.
Did you
the
watch?
first one.
Like Temple of
Have you
Doom,
watched all of
uh,
Doctor Who?
Or not Temple
like
of Doom.
from the very beginning,
Not
or
the
like
old
the
one.
rebooted.
The rebooted ones.
Yeah.
Then you can watch this. It's acceptable.
I think you can watch this.
I think it's allowed.
Just to
I
know.
don't really know what the comparison
The end is-
Because when I first started watching Doctor Who, I was like,
Yeah,
what's the
it's
I mean,
fuck is
not
happening?
it's cheesy sci-fi.
Exactly.
But you go in, I mean, especially if you've watched older Doctor Who, you actually look
listen.
at modern Doctor Who and go, "Wow, they really advanced this shit."
Yeah, but
because
here's-
it's like just
Yeah,
rubber
that's true.
hoses.
But here's the thing, man. Here's the
Deep
thing, man.
nuke
But
drop.
you can't use it as an argument, though. Really.
You can a little bit.
Well, here's the problem. The problem is that I expect Doctor Who from Doctor Who. From Indiana
But I
Jones, I
refuse
expect
to watch
motherfucking
Doctor
Indiana
Who.
Jones.
But I refuse to watch Doctor Who. When I started watching it, I'm like, well, this
Wait,
is
why
exactly
do you
why I
refuse
refuse.
to watch
Doctor
it?
No, I love Doctor Who now.
I
I
love
love it. I
Doctor
love
Who.
Did
it.
you watch the new episode yet?
No, I'm
Jodie
a
Whittaker?
couple years behind, honestly.
Oh man,
My
catch
God,
up.
man.
Worth it.
Like I said, me and TV, that we don't line up. I got so much stuff.
I'm so there's no catching up Doctor Who for me.
Why?
I am
Because you hate it?
2015.
No, I actually like
back.
the show, but it's like I never see them. So I'm.
Who was your favorite Doctor Who? David
Doctor
Tennant
Who.
is
I don't
always
even
my
know their
favorite.
names. That's
He
how-
is
how
the
much
most
I've actually
talented,
watched.
yes, but my favorite is the first one of the reboot.
Chris Eccleston.
Yeah.
Some
he's
people
my
love
favorite.
Chris Eccleston.
Yeah,
Chris
he's my fave.
Eccleston's
Here's the
amazing.
thing, man. I
And
love David
underrated
Tennant in
completely.
anything David Tennant ever does. Broadchurch was fucking good. Hamlet was fucking
He was
good.
an amazing Hamlet.
He's a fantastic Hamlet.
Don't they have like
He's amazing.
don't they have a woman now or something? And everybody's
Whittaker.
complaining
Jodie
about
Whittaker.
it?
Yeah,
And she was
everyone's
awesome,
complaining
too.
About it.
That's all I really know
The new
about
episode
it.
was on
Everybody's complaining
Sunday.
about it because it was a woman.
Her first
now.
episode was on Sunday. And
My
she
last one I
nailed it.
watched was one of the Christmas ones. It was a Doctor changeover, and
The Christmas
Well,
episode.
I didn't
would
watch
you
any
be
of the
upset
female
if it's a
Doctor
woman?
ones.
Because
There's
isn't
only
that
one
what Doctor Who
on
is?
Well, the
Sunday.
theory is
Changes
this. The
oh
theory
no,
is
but
if you
years
read
ago when it
There is
changed.
never a female doctor until Sunday.
right.
What? Then what was 3 years ago?
Well, there was a previously male character that was female, but it wasn't the doctor. I don't know who cares about this
All
information.
right, I
so
gotta
I'm
go
not
back.
even
I
gonna
gotta go
name-
back.
Yeah.
I'm a couple years out, but I'm a
So
couple
the argument
years,
was
bunch
this:
of years in.
the bitching and moaning about the female doctor is that they say, okay, you have a school of thought out there, if that's what you want to call it, where people are saying, okay, oh, now Doctor Who is caught up in this SJW shit, where it has to be a woman. There has to be a woman.
Oh.
Except when you watch it, you go, oh, Jodie Whittaker is actually fucking dope at this, so shut the fuck up, really.
That's what everybody's doing about that new game, Battlefield 5 or 2 or.
What is that
It's
about?
about World War II, and
Right.
it's got like a woman character as like in the video and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody flipped their freaking shit about it because it's not immersive or something, and it's not like true to World War II. And
People get really touchy about shit that, like,
Yeah.
it's like, dude, how bored do you have to be
and then
this
the
upset?
guy who made the game was like, yeah, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And then nobody bought it. And now they're changing it so they don't have the same like thing anymore.
Put a
And it's like-
pixelated penis on that main character so people buy this game. We're losing money.
No,
yeah,
like
it's like, I don't know.
okay, I know it's wrong, but the game looks fucking cool, so
Yeah.
I'm still gonna fucking buy it.
Rick, I'd like to talk. I'm sorry. I'd like Rick to talk for a moment about why Vindicators 3 is the greatest episode of Rick and Morty season 3.
I don't
Wait,
agree.
someone also agreed with.
There was a 3?
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, 4 is coming out soon.
Here's
I like that episode,
Didn't he like
but I
kill
don't.
all the
but
Vindicators
Rick
except for
loves
like
that
one of them or
episode.
2 of them?
except for Noob Noob, which you don't see at the end. So
But
Vindicators.
if you guys fucking dude read the Vindicators, the Rick and Morty presents Vindicators comic, and Noob Noob's the villain in it, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and I don't think I would say that Vindicators was the best Rick and Morty episode. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if maybe I said that on a previous
Wait, there's
episode or something.
There's one above this question.
I'm with Rick. There's definitely a lot of value in watching bad movies. Just watch them to make fun of them, dude. We watch fucking.
That's what Mystery Science 3000 is all about.
Yeah, we watch Hell's Kitchen and what's the other one?
I love watching Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen and
he gets so
and
fucking
Master Chef.
angry.
And we watch it
he's
just to hate on people.
So fucking
Like
right.
people come up on the screen and we're just like, man, fuck
You
that person,
suck.
fuck them. What a piece of shit. They're giving me the douche chills.
The douche chills.
There's definitely value.
I comment too much on movies and shit.
Are-
My girlfriend gets
are-
mad at me.
Because you talk towards, you talk through.
I'm always commenting on shit like this. This is dumb. This is stupid.
That's
Like,
exactly what I sound like all the time.
What? We just talk about how much everything sucks.
Well, even things that you say I like,
Like,
or
this
that I
wouldn't
should
happen,
like,
this-
I'm like,
like,
I
this is-
hate
this-
it.
Yeah. Hi, Melissa. Welcome to the chat.
Break everything down too much.
I'm ready to talk about Vinegars 3 is the greatest episode of Rick and Morty Season 3. The greatest episode of Rick and Morty Season 3 is probably the Citadel episode.
No, the shit. The cable show where like okay, it's
Morty's Mind Blowers?
No.
Interdimensional cable.
That. That's it. With all, like,
That's in seasons 1 and 2.
Blitz and Chits.
Yeah, Blitz and Chits.
Really?
I'm in the commercial. Yeah, lick my balls.
He's taking Roy off the grid. He doesn't have a social security number.
Came back from cancer and went back to the carpet store.
Yeah.
I have 2 eye holes. I have 6 eye holes. Get up out of here with my eye holes.
My eye holes.
Doctor Who can't be a woman because the fictional rules of this universe that are totally made up never mention the Doctor being a woman. Quote, stupid people who complain about the female Doctor. Laugh out loud. Hold on a second.
That's a good quote.
I love Vindicators 3. I'm projecting my love of it. I love Vindicators 3 too, man.
He said, oh boy, here I go killing again.
Yeah.
Read the Crumbopulous Michael comic that
Yeah,
they came out.
yeah, that's the funniest comic
It
I've
is
ever
the only
read.
comic book I have ever read that made me laugh out loud. I would read the same joke over and over and just kept laughing. Dude, it's so fucking funny.
Yeah. Listen, we're going to cut to the second break unless somebody wants to mention a comment about something there. All right. So we're going to cut to the second break, and then we're going to come back and close the show out.
Oh boy.
So stick with us. Don't go anywhere.
Back to 1 million ants.
1 million. My queen is laying more eggs.
Is man against car.
Oh, the goat.
You're listening to us. And the face.
Sarah, what are we going to talk about first?
Well, let's talk about some holiday crap.
I love it, especially for a special
So,
such
like,
as this.
did you see that people were trying to buy like Walmart and Best Buy uniforms in order to get in on Black Friday?
That's such a great idea.
But they're like, we're help from other stores
Like-
because other stores are not going to be as busy
Yeah.
as
The way
your
that
store.
it worked out was like it started as a joke. Some guy on Twitter posted a picture of a Walmart vest and said, "I'm selling this for whatever the fucking cost was, $100."
Right.
Walk into a store on Black Friday, skip the lines, blah blah blah, and like so many people were interested.
Sure.
And he's like, "Dude, I don't even own a Walmart vest. It was a fucking joke." but then like after that, all these people started selling Best Buy and Walmart vests
Of
online.
course, yes.
Oh,
And
of
people
course,
are
yeah.
buying the
Yes.
fuck out of them. And one
Yeah,
person
it's
posted
awesome.
that in their staff meeting that morning at Walmart, the manager actually said to question anyone in a Walmart vest that you didn't recognize.
Did you read
you
the?
walk up
did-
to somebody to
Dude,
Walmart
they're
aisle?
like Randy
there was a real
Marshing
recent-
it.
Yeah, so what
There
are
was
you
a-
doing here,
There was
son?
a teenager that walked away with like 39 grand in a couple days wearing a Walmart vest. He was fired from one Walmart, went to another Walmart.
Listen, can I be honest with
Damn.
If you're like
just became
robbing,
a cashier and just walked out with the cash,
Ah,
and then
smart.
convinced another store that he went from management and he was part of the accounting, and he just took the money out of the safe, 36 grand, and hugged the guy, hugged the store manager on the way out the door.
so good, so good, man.
So I guess you had to give that back.
What the schmuck?
The money, the
Look, man,
hug.
like if you rip off
All
like
of it.
Neighbor Joe's Electronics, like I'm angry about that shit. But like if you go from like Walmart to Walmart, just walking out with sacks of money, like I'm like, dude, how long is he gonna get away with this? Like I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck Walmart, dude. You know, like who gives a shit? At that point, it's just a game, you know what I mean? Because Walmart, they're playing with your fucking
They're
life.
gonna be like, what? They're run by a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you get minimum wage work.
Yeah.
Minimum wage
It's not
ethics.
even minimum.
Because people are just like, yeah, whatever,
Whatever,
man. You look
fuck it,
official.
I make $7 an hour.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do.
I feel like I could make like
I
a
don't give a
whole new
shit.
Walmart uniform. Like someone would like
you could probably buy all the stuff at Walmart you need to make a Walmart vest
Yeah,
for
totally.
like 5 cents.
Oh my god! Now you're and then like 100 Walmart workers all come in on the same day. No one knows
they put all the
who's who.
security measures from the dollar bill into their vests,
Or like,
or their
Yeah.
or you
hundreds
get
or
like
whatever.
a gang of
you know?
like 50 people all dressed as Walmart workers, and you all go in there and confuse
At the
everyone
same
about
time.
which ones the real ones and which ones aren't.
And then you start questioning people. You walk up to people and start asking for credentials.
Yeah. Kick the fucking workers out.
Yeah. Like, no, this flat screen is being moved to the trunk of my car because I'm the management here. And then 50 other people are like, no, I'm the management here. And you're like, good luck sifting through this shit. Good luck.
I'm in charge here. Not anymore, you're not.
This is my smoke screen. Insane.
This is what the holidays are all about.
Yeah, man, it's about what you can get away with. It's not what
guess
Jesus
so.
envisioned, you know what I mean?
I don't think Jesus celebrated Thanksgiving.
No, definitely not. That's a bullshit holiday.
Yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving came, way after the time of Jesus, so you
And
can't
like
really
way after a
associate
time
it
of
to-
like genocide.
right, and Jesus was like, "Don't be gluttonous,"
Right.
and we're like, "We're gonna
Yeah, I mean,
celebrate
Jesus
gluttony."
was sitting
Yeah, right.
around celebrating Hanukkah
Like-
until the
Yeah, right.
Christians fucking.
And it's like, what are you guys doing? You're eating until you're sick? How does this add up with what I'm trying to say?
I'm not saying this at all.
Yeah, I
never
didn't mean
said
any of
this.
this. Just like all those other shit you people do. What do you do? Armed at church? What are you doing? I didn't
Church
expect
with
any of you to.
private armies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't expect you people to walk around with fucking weapons. Like, what are you doing? This is not what love is. So is it
Love is my parents, my
Yeah.
old dad and my 13-year-old mom.
Yeah, that's
That's
love.
love.
That's a love by which you could never fucking understand.
That's when it's purest.
Yeah.
Because you're the dumbest.
Yeah.
You're the dumbest point possible.
During a time where people are animals. They can't even stop fucking their camels
Right.
and shit, and now the fuck you're gonna worship
People
me?
still can't stop fucking their camels.
Right.
What are you talking
That's still
about?
a thing. 100%.
Well, camel vagina, if you've ever smelled it, my God.
Have you?
No, I've never.
I've never.
I gotta be honest with you. Being from New Jersey, it's not something I've ever been near much. Not much.
I mean, I don't know. Now I want to look it up, find out
I bet you do.
what similar smells.
Yeah. You report back.
Camel vagina.
So, Evan, is it normal for you guys?
It spits.
The vagina? The
No, the
camel vagina? I know camels spit, but they spit from both ends, but
Yes.
you never knew? You never,
Never
knew?
knew.
Because for
You
some
never
reason you had to
fucked
be
one.
back
You
there?
Never read about it.
Now you're like, holy fuck, every time this shit's ever spit at me from its mouth, its asshole was also spitting. I didn't know. Or vagina.
What if?
Here's this, is it normal? Is it normal? Help. I pooped a living bug.
I don't believe that.
That's bullshit.
It was in the fucking toilet
Stomach
already.
acid. Yeah.
I am afraid of what happened. I believe I
Right.
pooped a type of black or dark beetle and it was still alive. If anyone has
Yeah.
information that can help me, please share.
It just got shat
It
off
just-
of the
it
underside
just
of the
hit-
seat.
Like it was in the fucking toilet already. Like what a psychopath.
Yeah, it was swimming around already trying to get out.
No, well, it was perfectly
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Hanging upside down.
How do you live with
Some
that? Like,
big ass,
some
some big ass turd went flying
if, like,
towards his
you
beetle
looked in
head.
the toilet and it was just worms, just
Knocked him-
tons of
Sure.
worms.
I don't know what I
Knocked him-
would say.
Knocked him right off of the top of the
I
fucking
would ask
seat.
somebody to come look. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
but-
hey,
Do you see something moving, or am I crazy?
Sarah, look, I would never ask you to do this.
And I'd be
but,
like, nope.
And I'd be like, I need you to
Meanwhile-
come look at it.
Meanwhile,
There's
that-
limitations.
that-
There's
beetle-
no limitations
That
right
beetle
now.
is in heaven.
Yeah. Well, that beetle was hoping for a chunk of poop that floated to come along so that he wouldn't drown no more.
Yeah, I know. It's like when the Titanic sunk and Jack was sitting there wishing a door would go by.
Yeah, or
But the
get
beetle
bigger.
is Jack.
That door would get bigger than what it was.
Yeah.
They could fit two people just fine.
And though the door reeks, it's making us sustain life. We breathe yet another breath at the top of this toilet water.
Toilet beetles.
They're a thing.
Yeah.
Now.
Now they are.
They're dung. I mean, there's a thing called dung beetles, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think
you're
I named
right.
them
Maybe
that
that's
because
what it was. I hope
know,
it was. I hope it was.
Because
for
not
dung's
into
always
dung.
been a thing. Toilets are relatively new in terms of the human species.
In comparison to dung, yeah, toilets are definitely newer.
Toilets are way newer than dung.
Dung's been around for ages.
There's always been dung. Anyway, So your original question was, what would I do if I looked in a toilet and saw a living bug, right?
No, and you had worms.
Oh, that's a whole other fucking
Creepy
thing.
crawly worms.
Yeah, again,
just a huge, enormous pile of them.
I would Facebook Live it. And I'd be like, hey, do you know what this is? What's going on here? You're like, what is that? Like a bundle of worms that feed your
You're like, no, it's spaghetti and
It is
oatmeal.
now.
that looks like the worms you feed the newts. You're like, no.
Night crawlers.
Nah, that little bundle of water
Night
worms.
crawlers.
You know what I mean? It's like comes
Yo,
in
you
a
got
ball.
a gecko.
Yeah.
Water worms.
It's a ball of water worms. You buy them by the ounce. I don't know. Fuck this. I don't know what I would do. I'll be honest with you. I've looked in the toilet before and seen a living bug, but I've never been stupid enough to think that I pooped it out. Because your asshole's so tight it would strangle the fucking thing.
Well, no, I
it would
mean,
break
look,
its
it's all these
neck.
acids and not oxygen.
I don't care how thick your thorax
It has
is.
nothing to do with your asshole. It has to do with your stomach.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's acid in
Dissolving
there.
it.
Yeah. The second you're a living being in a person's
Right.
stomach, you are screaming for death.
Right.
Because the acid is burning your skin and your thorax. I'm done with this. Sarah, what do you have next?
Let's see. So, someone did a study that showed if I kind of don't even want to say this because I know Stones is going to do it.
I'm gonna,
If I
here
say
we
it.
go.
I'm gonna do something.
A
Get close.
study showed that mentioning food in your dating profile can make you more attractive, and they found that
Yeah.
if you mentioned guacamole, people that mentioned guacamole
Oh, yeah?
had
Got like 3 times as many
had
hits.
144% more in messages received.
They think you're smarter because of that, too.
After
They-
that's written, though, it's all over for those
oh,
guys.
this guy understands. This guy gets how good
How do you
avocados are.
casually slip the guac in?
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to make
Oh,
it
you
look
casually-
too.
Yeah, you're like
have to-
hashtag guac.
No,
and
like
you
your
throw
date
that-
on your dating profile.
throw
Like
that
I
weird
just
pinky
like to
thumb
out. I like that
relax at home
guacamole.
with a quiet movie and some guacamole.
yeah, and some
like how do you
yeah.
fucking how do you
No.
even add that to your
No.
dating profile in a
No.
way that is smooth?
Some
sailing?
lime Tostitos, hashtag guac.
Do they have an avocado emoji? That seems like
Probably.
irrelevant.
Yeah, they do, definitely.
That's definitely
Like a whole one or
Seems
one
like
cut
it'd
in
be
half
irrelevant.
with the nut in the middle.
part of this story.
The big seed.
Right, it's just a pair
Yeah.
of balls, and people
And
are
then you
saying
put
it's
that up
avocado.
with another emoji of like the thumb and pinky
This-
out.
this
Whatever
thing is
that
all-
means. I don't know what it means, but I see people do it.
It's completely incorrect.
Yeah.
When he said,
I don't know where this is
He loves the
going, but I feel
guacamole.
like this has nothing to do with the original story.
I know. I'm there. I'm just saying. I don't know, man.
How do you
what, relate
how do you
ball
add
sacks?
that into your? How would you add
Yeah, right. How do you
guacamole into your?
fashionably add guacamole into your dating profile,
Two
Stones?
avocado emojis, and that's a pair of balls.
That's it?
and
Like, that's it? Like, you don't even
now
mention
you're-
it? It's just a
You're-
picture?
You have to say it, Stones, or it
What
doesn't
do you mean?
fucking matter.
Why don't I just say it?
Yeah.
I can just put a couple. People
No,
would
because
assume
the
that's
study
guacamole.
didn't talk about which
the most
emojis
famous
Oh my
food
made.
God.
for avocado is
Sarah.
guacamole.
What?
How stupid are we to ask him when he's doing a dating profile? This is the most illogical, logical person I've ever fucking met in my life.
That's true.
He doesn't know how to add a fucking avocado into the story. He doesn't know how to add it to the narrative.
We're
He-
fucking lazy too, dude. Like we read a study about how guacamole being mentioned, and he's like, "Well, I'll just put a picture."
Yeah, it's like, dude, well,
Like,
that's not the
you
same as
can't
mentioning.
fucking type a sentence.
One
God,
time,
your messages aren't going up 144%.
Yeah, no. And one time on Awesome Talk, we
That
asked
was the
him.
whole
We
study.
asked you
Oh,
once.
man.
We asked him once. I
That was the
remember
entire-
this.
Yes.
What
the
he would
entire-
do, which animal he would be if he could be part animal.
this is
And he was
pain.
like, well.
What do you mean by animal?
What do you mean by, could I be a robot? What if there were wires involved and pistons and shit? And it's like, dude, no,
Just
that's
a fucking animal.
what animal would you be part of? You can't add that any more than you can add avocado to your Tinder profile, can you?
I don't.
Yeah, on fire my ass. Here's one for you. Man goes blind in one eye
Yeah.
after enjoing massive
Right,
orgasm.
well, yeah, no shit. I feel like I should read
Yeah.
Did he get his?
Those listening, he doesn't know
I
Stones. He
should know.
only has one eye.
I should know about this.
Yeah.
What's the details? I gotta.
You want to know the deets?
Well, yeah, dude, it seems relevant.
A man went blind.
You know what he did? He
What?
jerked off in his eye really hard.
I've heard that joke. That's not what happened.
Sounds like I tried that with the other eye.
just watched
So
it
I
out.
had to see this
So
life.
go on. What happened?
The man, an English 29-year-old, lost his vision temporarily the morning after enjoying a particularly powerful climax.
Yeah, dude, it's a thing. People can temporarily go blind from.
Oh shit!
From an orgasm, huh? Just bursts a blood vessel over the pupil. You're like, holy shit.
Not blind now. Fuck.
Yeah. Was it worth it?
Nope.
No.
No. Wasn't worth it. No.
Is it worth not seeing? I don't
I
know.
mean,
That's
I don't
a pretty
know.
big fucking
I didn't
gamble.
orgasm. I've never orgasmed
Like, what if
that
something
hard.
really important happens during the time you have the orgasm and the time your sight
Listen,
comes back?
Yeah, right. I realize that I feel like that the permanence of it would only become a factor when you realize you have real shit to do, and now you can't see.
Yeah, but the second you can't see it all, you're like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
No more real shit to do.
Look at what?
Yeah, right.
Look at what, Stones?
Now I get to live a life of fucking glory like Stones does. Now I get to be a real deal.
Yeah, I'll just view the world by the hand-drawn pictures in my head. I'm just a stick figure with like shitty black hair, like a big just scribble of hair, and I have like a fangy black crayon mouth, but like giant lips. And Rick is just like a generic stick figure, but like he has blue crayon eyeballs to like, so that way we know.
And Stones says,
And I'm just flailing all handicappedly.
oh man, that's a lot of fun. Let's see
What
here.
a treat.
What a treat. Okay, you want me to go next?
Mm.
Let's see here. Oh my God, there's so many good ones. 2 accidentally shot at church during church shooting discussion. This is in Tellico Plains, Tennessee.
I'm sure it is.
Police say 2 people were accidentally shot at a church in Tellico Plains Thursday afternoon during a discussion about the recent church shootings. They're like, oh, look at my gun.
Look at my gun.
Why were there guns there?
They're both like, oh shit.
Look at my bullets.
Like, well, you know what? Maybe we're like seriously assuming way too much. Like, we're sitting here going, oh, they were having a talk about like, you know, there was a shooting and it was
escalated
bad.
really
Like,
fast.
how do you know it wasn't a talk about like, we don't have enough of these goddamn shootings?
Yeah, right,
What the hell's
right.
wrong with you people?
How do you-
Like,
yeah.
we're just assuming the talk was one way, but it could have been a completely different fucking way.
Hey, we
Dude's
gotta
like-
add more to
The other
this.
dude's like, yeah, you're right.
No such thing as bad press.
It's like a crucifix machine gun.
Bang, bang. This is what
And
Jesus
shoots
meant.
tiny Jesus bullets.
Yeah, this is what Jesus meant. Is that a stigmata? No, it's bullets smattered across my body and 2 happen to land relatively in the same spot on each wrist.
'Tis the season.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
of us needs to die. Just-
To make this worth it. It's legal because we're in the house
This
of
is-
God.
This is our Blade Runner.
Yeah, right.
We got nothing else.
This is our moment.
Yeah, we get to do whatever we want in here.
Body of Christ.
Yeah, it compels you. We here's the Eucharist in bullet form in the face. Yeah, so anyway, that happened. What a bunch of idiots. Let's see. Man finds car 20 years after forgetting where he parked it.
Was that a real story? I did read that
Elderly
story.
Frankfurt driver reunited with vehicle after reporting it missing to police in 1997.
Yeah, but that's not bullshit. They were going to wreck the parking garage, and that's when they found it, and the police called them up and said, hey, we found your car. It was in this
The
parking
car
garage.
was, dude, they have a picture of it. The car was discovered because the building was due to be demolished in
right,
the parking lot
right.
it was parked in.
Right.
So, like, they were like, hey, last call. Anybody wants this car?
Damn.
This sounds like the way to get free parking is to
Like
get some
the
of those
number
parking.
the chick he wanted to hook up with is like left in the fucking passenger seat.
We need
Yeah.
parking garage vests.
Now he calls her and she's like 80.
Yeah, and she's like, I've been waiting here in the Bennigan's parking lot or whatever the fuck. No.
And then he starts talking about guacamole, and she's all wet.
Yeah, she's like, ah.
Like, but old lady wet.
I haven't heard a man talk about guacamole in a dog's age.
Well, so that didn't even what did the car miss? Like, was it stolen?
Here's the worst part. Let me tell you the worst part. The worst part is losing a car in 1997. Like that, like the 90s were the worst decade for cars since like before there were cars.
All the plastics like broken apart in the dashboard.
If I lived in a decade where cars didn't exist, it would be a better year for cars than the 90s.
I don't think they exist anymore.
No. They're just really plain.
What kind of car was it?
Let's see. He recorded his car missing to police in Frankfurt, 1997.
Right.
The car was not stolen, but in fact parked in a garage in an old industrial building.
So that means like security guards just passed it every day.
And we're like, there's that car again.
No, not even necessarily noticing. Like just
it's just a background vibe.
It's got "Wash Me" written in it like 40 million times.
It was here before I got the job. I don't ask any questions.
This is the car that hauled in the original steel bits and pieces. That built this Razzmatazz arcade.
There's like a legend.
Yeah.
Legend
has
it's like the haunted car.
Yeah, right.
Everyone dares everyone else to like touch it.
Some guy, he puts on like a black t-shirt and he gets himself really drunk thinking about his dead wife, and he goes down there at night because he works there. And it's closing soon. And he stares at the car and he's like, you know what they say? If I stare at this car long enough in the middle of the night, a ghost appears, right? And then he loses his shit and he kicks in one of the fucking
starts shooting up the place.
He starts shooting up the place. And, like,
and then the lights turn on and it's a church.
Yeah, and it's like, what?
And then the priest is like, well, this talk is over. Good night.
2 people are dead.
Let us pray.
Oh my god. And they show like this shitty car from the 90s. It looks like a hatchback Nissan. It's like, dude, everything in the 90s looked like grandma's car. Like, why did that decade suffer?
They just hand the guy the keys and he's all old and like shitty and he's just hitting stuff.
Yeah, he's like, oh, he crashes into everything. The car doesn't make it out of the lot. Coming back. We are back. Hold on. We're not back yet.
Whoa there.
We are back. Now we are back.
Are we though?
Well, we
5,
are.
4, 3, just 1, 2.
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. That's my fault.
See, right there. Oh, okay. If it was a life and death situation,
We'd all be dead.
We are all gone. You stink.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying not to. So we're gonna wrap the show up now.
This is that part.
This is that part of the show now. You know, unless anybody's got something more they want to talk about tonight.
When does the Joker movie come out?
I don't know.
The good one, I mean.
The good. Oh, right. Yeah, right. The Joaquin Phoenix one.
Listen, I'm not saying that I have faith that the story is gonna be great, or I don't know if they're like borrowing from the Killing Joke, or it is the Killing. I don't know how much of the Killing Joke is gonna be in this, or
but
if it's
the
a
Killing Joke
completely
has been
different.
done so many times.
It has been done. Well,
come on.
It's been done, but I don't know about so many times.
Doing it right.
Okay.
What do you mean do it? Well, they fucked up the animated Killing Joke that came out last year because I don't know why they had to have Batman fucking Batgirl. Like, that's psychotic. Like, if anyone knows Barbara Gordon's history, like, the age difference is fucking ludicrous.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, dude? You're basically fucking your
Batgirl
bro's
was
daughter.
Like pre-teen or some shit, like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah, well, in the Killing Joke that they released, they unnecessarily added a love story between Barbara Gordon and fucking Batman, and it's like, dude, why? Why did this have to be there?
Yeah.
The Killing Joke is the perfect story. It doesn't need an unnecessary love story mushed in that sucks.
Was it written by Ginsburg?
Could be.
Yeah, you
Let's
never
lower
know.
the consent.
I just look forward to seeing Joaquin Phoenix as Joker because Joaquin Phoenix really fucking owns his roles.
Gonna be better than Heath Ledger?
Yes,
I feel like he could be just as good.
just as good.
Sorry,
Everyone's all
sorry,
kissing that
sorry.
dude's dick.
No,
He's
no,
not
no.
the greatest fucking
No,
gift
he
to
was a
mankind.
great Joker, though.
Eh.
He lived
He was
that
a
fucking
great
role.
fucking Joker.
He was a
Come
great
on.
Joker, and the problem with it is, which I understand a little bit, is
You
that
cannot
everyone
take that
says
away
that,
from
and because everyone says it, it
Joaquin
almost
Phoenix
cheapens it.
can.
But it
I
almost,
still prefer Jack Nicholson.
He was a great
he was a great
just,
Joker.
Just because, you know.
He was a great
Jack
Joker, but
Nicholson.
again, we're talking
Well,
about an
they're
actor with real
saying that-
fucking natural
They're
personality.
saying that Joaquin Phoenix, when you watch it too, you can see
That fucking
his
grin.
Joker is really inspired by like
grin
the
was
Cesar
everything.
Romero Joker, like the
Yeah.
original. And you kind of see that a little, and it's interesting because you don't get that a lot with modern Jokers, like Heath Ledger. Like he didn't have any of that at all. He was just a psycho.
Yeah, he was psycho.
But
He
like
was good at it,
pure
too.
psycho. There wasn't any of that like flamboyancy.
Yeah.
No, there was the magic trick, which was like, hey, I am a clown, so here we go, magic, and it's gone.
We talked about this in the last show, but did anybody see the Tommy Wiseau as the
Yeah.
Joker clip yet? You did see it?
The what?
Tommy Wiseau.
No.
Alright, well, I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to send it to you so the next time I bring it up, you know what I'm talking about, because it's totally important.
Okay.
Because the whole fucking thing is a joke. Like, this guy's pretending to be the Joker, and he's got a certain sort of accent and air about him or whatever that makes him sort of naturally funny in a
Oh,
unintentional way.
they're coming out with a Twin Peaks VR thing, but
Oh,
I mean,
dope.
it's only for like one. I don't know what fucking VR system it's coming out on.
The
but it's,
Black Lodge,
but
I
like,
imagine,
dude,
would be
how
horrifying in
fucking
VR.
crazy would that be in VR?
They just erected the first virtual monument in some country. I think, I forget where it was, but it was of Satoshi. It's supposed to be Satoshi Nakamoto. You know, like the guy who created Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And it's the first virtual monument, and you have to like look through an app or something to see it, or virtual goggles.
Fucking
You
weird.
brought up
So it's just an augmented
Bitcoin for a
reality
second.
monument.
I wanted to.
basically.
This may be
Which is
bad
dope.
to change the topic real quick.
That's
but
gonna be the next thing that happens with advertising. Like it's gonna basically be advertisements that are almost like Back to the Future with like Jaws coming at you.
What I'm excited about, they have this like virtual museums with like actual like 3D objects,
Yeah.
and you can like
Yeah, it's
pick
wild.
them up, move them around, look
That's
at
that
all
sort of
the
mixed
different
reality,
angles.
man. It's fucking
Yeah,
wild,
it's
dude.
like that would be interesting. Go to any museum you want.
I just wanted to say,
Yeah,
what's up to Frankie V, who just joined the chat, man.
Hey Frankie.
He just did the grind mode cipher with Diabolic, and it was like fucking dope. Like Frankie fucking killed it in that fucking cipher.
Nice.
you brought up Bitcoin.
I
I'm
did.
gonna go off on a little tangent.
Oh shit! Here we
And
go.
we can use this to think about maybe the future of our own thoughts, and maybe how we can create things. World's largest bank, Bitcoin with no actual cash. The world's largest taxi company, Uber, owns no vehicles.
Mm,
The world's most popular media owner, Facebook, creates no content.
wow.
The world's most valuable retailer, Alibaba, has no inventory. The world's largest accommodation provider, Airbnb, owns no real estate.
Weird.
So this is the
Wow.
future of mankind in a little bit of a kind of way.
The big money isn't just being the hub.
It's
It's just making a bunch of people without money do shit.
it's
for you.
it's
Yeah, right.
collectivizing your ideas and your own property
You are the
I
head
would
of
say
the
Bitcoin's
octopus.
a little
Bit-
different,
yeah,
but yeah,
Bitcoin
everything
is
else
a
does
lot
apply.
different.
Yeah, it definitely
I
applies
still
to everything
I
else
still
on that
can't
list.
grasp
Because
Bitcoin. I'm a
Uber-
smart guy.
Bitcoin
especially-
doesn't run as a company like Uber
No,
does.
yeah,
It's not
there's
like
no
a
central.
Right, so like Uber, literally the guy's like, I came up with this idea, give me a bunch of lawyers, let's start it, and then
centralized. All these other companies
Yeah.
are centralized. Bitcoin's decentralized. It's
I need to take a class on Bitcoin or something. I still don't really get it. I've researched it a lot.
I know, and I keep trying to get
so
it.
good. It's
No,
so
I get it, but I
it's not
still
really
don't.
good for the price of computer parts though.
But like, I
but
can't
that's not the
imagine
only
it
way to do
being
it. There's
prevalent
proof of
in
stake,
the
there's-
I
prices.
just mean
There's
the
other-
I mean the rise in price of computer parts because
especially
of
the
that.
video cards, especially.
Yeah, I
have
know,
risen
dude.
So high.
So
It's like,
high.
but they've
Ridiculous.
dropped this recently. They just dropped a lot because
But now the
nobody's buying them
tariffs
anymore.
are the price is gonna go right back up
And
again.
Nvidia
Right.
realized, hey, we gotta release stuff for miners and for computer gaming and stuff, not both, because the miners are buying up all the gaming
Yep.
cards, and that's it.
I still don't get it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
The mining is
I
really
get-
fucks me up. Like
Yeah.
that's the part of it that I don't.
I
get.
mean, I would actually mine. I would rather mine actual silver and
It's
gold
it's
and like have it in
doing-
my closet.
It's called
and-
SHA-256 algorithm. It's you're just crunching numbers constantly. That's all
And then how do you make? How
this
does
is like
money
earning
appear?
swag bucks.
Like, does the IRS take into account that they have to print currency based off of Bitcoin? Because you can't just go like, I have all this Bitcoin money, give me my dollars. Like, you can't turn it into physical money.
There's exchanges that you do this on.
Well, you have to exchange it, but if you want to go to the bank, like, I got this Bitcoin, give me $1, you can't do that. You have to exchange it to be able to get dollars.
Just like any other currency, like
So
you
it's like
can't go to the bank.
fiat money. It's like ultra
Like
fiat
if I have
money.
a
It
euro
doesn't
and
exist.
I go to the store, they're not going to take it, so I have to go exchange it.
Exactly,
for
I understand
our
that.
our local
But at the end of the
currency.
day, all right, let's say computer shuts down. Y2K actually is 2018. It's now. And the computer shut down because they messed up the calendar.
Right.
Every computer doesn't work.
But for like what, a day?
Well, or forever, because now everything that we have to figure out some
do you
way
mean
to turn.
forever?
Let's just hypothetically say forever.
Let's say there's a solar flare.
Solar flare,
But
EMP,
that doesn't matter,
EMP pulse is actually an EMP pulse.
Oh
What's
my
that gonna
God!
do?
It's
Like-
fucking crush you.
What's that gonna do? Shut it down for a day?
So like,
at most?
well, is Bitcoin is going to be one of those things? Like, oh, I should have actually done. I should have traded it in sooner.
But here's the thing, man. I think.
I
the
mean, if
question
that
is-
happens, the whole world's fucked anyway. So
Yeah,
why does
that's what I
anything
think too.
matter?
Like I feel like no matter what.
I mean,
like-
but like the problem is that like even if you have a dollar bill in your hand, you shouldn't feel more secure. That dollar bill is only based on the same philosophies that got
Right.
Bitcoin or any other.
But
stuff.
Bitcoin is based on.
and it's actually more flimsy.
Yeah,
than,
it's
than,
more flimsy actually because
It's
there's
flammable.
there's nothing backing it up.
Huh.
It's inflationary, and it's it's controlled by a
I
centralized.
mean,
I
at
guess-
one time something was
Plus,
back.
I guess.
By the
All right.
way-
I guess at the end of the day, if it's valuable
It-
to
it
you
can-
and other people, it's valuable. So like for me,
See,
if
like-
you're like, I'm going to give you 1,000,000 Bitcoins, and you just give me $100, I'm going to be like, well, I don't even know what a
Well,
Bitcoin
but
is,
a
and I'm going to be like, no, that's not a good deal.
Bitcoin's
Even though I could be a billionaire with this trade, but it's just I don't know.
Censorship resistant. So that means like I can give you as much Bitcoin as I want for anything that I want to, and nobody can stop me. Like the
You
government.
can do that now too.
The government can't come in and take my money from me.
You can't tax him.
Like they can't tax. Well, they can tax.
Well,
down
Phil
the
Murphy
line.
will find a way to tax
They'll
you.
find
for
a
sure.
way, I'm sure. But the point is, like, there's no bank stopping the transaction. There's no wiring money to another country and then being like, well, hold on, there's too much money going over here. Now we got to put a stop to it and delay it for a
It's
week.
global currency.
It's instant, like in maybe an hour, say instant.
Is this what they had in
But-
Guardians of the Galaxy?
There's nobody. There's no way.
I don't
to
know, but
stop
I'll
the
tell you this much:
transaction.
if you give me that instead of cash, if I can go online, I can buy my fucking groceries and shit that I need with it. I don't fucking even see what
I
the
can
difference
send
is.
you-
Yeah, but the government can shut down that program where you're buying your groceries. And
Dude,
like,
I can
if
send
you're a
you
criminal, be like, I'm going to stop your
$300
Bitcoin.
I get that.
Into Japan right now for like $1 instead of sending $300 million through a bank and getting hit with like 20% fees or 15%.
But
fees.
can't we
Here's the confusing part to me is I don't understand where the Bitcoin comes from.
It's a blockchain technology. So what it is they're doing cryptography. They're creating these chains of transactions.
I'm
each
lost
block,
already.
Each block is like,
I mean, 100%, like 3 words in.
we'll say,
And that's the
This-
problem.
Say, like,
this
the glasses are
conversation
blocks,
with him, and
right?
it was almost exactly this.
take.
Well,
you
me
take
and
the
Rick are on the same page,
transactions-
so, like-
your transactions of the beer. You're putting all these transactions in the cup.
But
And then
transactions of what?
sending you money.
What's the
sending
money,
them
though?
Bitcoin.
What's the Bitcoin?
How much Bitcoin?
Yeah, but
When you're mining the Bitcoin.
The problem they have with it is that they are relating money with something tangible that you can hold. So the idea of Bitcoin having value doesn't make sense, and that's why we keep hitting the
whole
same
thing
roadblock.
is,
that point, and that's most people's.
Right.
Yeah.
And this isn't the first conversation, and this isn't the first article I've read. I've read it all still. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like,
I want to get it.
Like,
I feel like it is
I
the
will
future.
accept
We're
0
pretty far
Bitcoins.
from it.
I'm not going to give you my phone for any amount of Bitcoins.
No.
Because I don't know how to... Well, no, you got to give me a billion Bitcoins. I need you to mine for the future, all your future Bitcoins. Too, because
There's a lot of websites you can use it on right now, but even like Allegoria.com.
Algoria?
Allegoria.com.
Like Al Gore? Yeah.
Allegoria.
Oh,
Can I just hold on a minute?
You get 10%
So
off
maybe
Amazon, everything on Amazon.
this will clear up half the conversation. What is 1 Bitcoin worth in dollars?
Right now, 6,600.
Okay, so
$6,600 for 1 coin of Bitcoin.
but I can break down that
You
Bitcoin.
buy fractions of it.
Fractions of it. Okay.
Yeah, it goes up to 8 decimal places.
And it's traded on the stock market.
Not the stock market. They're traded on cryptocurrency exchanges.
Of course, another study we have to learn.
The
For real.
The New York Stock Exchange, ICE, the owners of the New York Stock Exchange, this November are coming out with their own crypto exchange called BACT, B-A-K-K-T or something, and they're going to be trading, so it's going to be.
So it's like it's literally fiat
stocks.
money. It's like worse than fiat money. Like if fiat money wasn't a disaster enough, we've just made it worse.
Well, this is a max. There's a max supply, so there's never going to be any more printed.
So it's socialism
It's like-
money supply. It's like there's no cap on how much you can make, but I can just go and mine my own and have 1 million and be my own.
Well, people
millionaire.
do that. I mean, people.
So I
set
can
up
log in
giant
later and
data
just be like, I have 1
miners.
billion Bitcoins now.
No,
Yeah.
How do I get
Well,
1 billion Bitcoins? Because it seems like
have
people just.
giant
I have to
warehouses.
mine it.
But
I have to
again,
mine it somehow.
This is another. This
Like,
is
how do you
another
mine
roadblock
the
I hit.
Bitcoin in the
Because
digital
he
world?
says I'll mine it, and you say no, that's not possible. It's like yeah, but people mine them, so that's where I get lost.
No,
Right.
it's not possible.
It's like
to
how
just
can I
mine a
can log in my
billion.
computer
Yeah,
and
so
I
like, you
difficulty
need to have, like-
raises over time. Like
wait,
so
it erases over time.
the difficulty raises over
Oh,
time.
okay.
There's
I think
only
it
gonna-
raises.
It has to because it self-levels in a way.
There's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin.
How is that possible?
How can you be mining it if there's a finite amount?
It will be finished mining after a while. But what the miners are doing, they're doing transactions.
Well, who put the Bitcoins there?
Why are there Bitcoins there?
Rick, I gotta be.
I got it. This
So
is.
wait,
I feel like
There's
the
some
biggest
fundamental
problem
foundational
that-
shit that I don't
think
get.
The main problem that Bitcoin has is that it was named something coin. And the
Wait,
coin
but
throws
there's a
people
finite
off.
amount now. Like I can't just go in my backyard,
Yeah.
plug a computer
Well, you
in, and just
couldn't
start
really-
mining. What are we mining? I'm on a computer now. What am I looking
How are we
for?
getting it?
Right. And how are there only 12 million?
21 million.
21
It's
million.
not. You're,
There's
you're
only
not like
17 million.
sitting there-
17 million.
Like, you're
Change
not like
again.
sitting
There
there,
will
like,
be
doing
21
like
million when they're
data
finished.
entry. It's
I
like
feel
your
like I'm not
computer's
as-
processing power is what's being utilized, not your.
I'm not
brain
putting that
power.
past
I mean,
me.
not really.
You're probably right.
So,
I know
like,
my
the-
brain has a finite sense of like comprehension. I get it. Like like if hard drive, if brains were hard drives, I'd like the 100 gig one, and like I'm max capacity.
In a manner that you're gonna understand it. So you're gonna have to like look up people like
I have. I
Andreas
can't.
Antonopoulos.
I can't. I don't.
I don't
it.
get
And maybe I'll be poor in the
who the
future. And
fuck-
that's,
No, I mean,
Who
you
the
just-
fuck regulated
If
this?
you
How
can't,
did this
then
become
I
a
can't,
thing?
How am I gonna explain to you
Right.
if you can't look it up?
I feel
No,
like
I
you
have
can't
looked up. That's the
explain
thing.
it. I feel like you can't explain it.
I feel like you're the closest I've ever gotten to
Yeah.
I
understanding
can't tell
it.
you how the mining translates into the Bitcoin itself. There's pools, there's tons of people doing this all at the same time. There's no way you're ever gonna mine a Bitcoin at this point by yourself. So you have to mine it with thousands of other people all over the world to even do this, and that is what's making the network stable. That's why a 51% attack can't happen.
Okay,
to
here's
the
one more
network.
question.
Like,
How
this
does a
is-
Bitcoin leave someone's digital possession and end up back in the pool for mining?
It never leaves the
A
blockchain.
stork.
It never leaves the blockchain.
So people
It's
can
always
steal
on the
your
blockchain.
Bitcoin?
They can't steal it because they have to have your private key.
You have like your own like encrypted key that makes it like it's like a wallet that no one could take from you.
Yeah.
How can
I mean,
people
I'm sure
mine
they could
it?
like steal. Like, dude, we know people that have
Who put
Bitcoin
it
that
there?
lost their fucking keys,
Yeah, every
and
wallet
they
has
have like
3 keys,
several
right?
grand.
A key, you have your private key, you have your send key, and you have your receive key. When you're receiving money from somebody, they use your receive key to send you money. When you send somebody money,
But it's not really money.
well, it's used as money.
And who put the
So it's
who put the
it's
who
money.
put the
But who
coins
developed
there?
this? Why are
Right,
they
like-
there at all?
And like, yeah,
A
who put
better
it
way
there?
to put it would be to say it's not our current U.S. currency.
It's
That's
not-
a better way
it's
of
not
putting it. 'Cause
fiat.
anything is.
Right, but it
So can I,
manifested- but
so
where's
I can
the
create my
original
own
manifest-
currency, and if it catches
Essentially,
steam,
it's
I got-
currency.
yes.
Yes,
What is the
of
what's the
course.
manifestation
Just
point?
like there's 200
Right, that's what I'm saying.
different
Who
currencies
created
on this
this?
planet
Who
already.
created it?
There's 200
There is
different
no,
fiat
there is
currencies.
no like dollar bill Bitcoin
Every
bills.
country
There-
has their
it's
own
digital.
currency.
No,
It's
I know,
digital.
but what's the manifestation point?
and who
At
put
what,
it there?
at what point does somebody go, hey guys, there are 17 million of these out here. We need to get them. They're worth money.
And then organize a whole
How
bunch
was
of
that
people to
figured
go
out?
find them, and then have
And then people go along with
and
it.
then
you're
have
not really
companies
looking for
accept it as a
something.
form of payment.
I feel stupid, man. Like I really do.
It's really hard to explain. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I'm like,
Okay, let me ask you
Okay.
something. Can I ask you something? Now that we've planted in your mind our misunderstanding of it, do you think you could think about it and maybe figure out a layman's terms? where
And a
maybe we can
three-way
get it?
call tomorrow.
I mean, there's plenty of people that have already done
A
it.
conference call.
Yeah, can we-
Andreas Antonopoulos is probably the best guy that you can watch on YouTube.
Will you send me a video link?
Yeah,
And then you
Okay.
send me the
I will-
video.
yes.
Or you
His
send
name's
me.
hard to
Find
spell,
me.
but
Like, find me.
it's Andreas Antonopoulos.
Just
and it's
Google it.
just-
That's the Google.
That guy
for.
can explain everything.
But like, it's crazy because I probably already watched his
Google
videos. Like, I've researched this
But
extensively.
maybe now with this added information, all of a sudden things
I
will
still
click. that
need
didn't
to
click
know
before.
who hid the coins and like how mining it gets you money. I don't.
Goombas
get
hit it from
See-
the Mario Brothers.
it's just an algorithm. It's like
But how does that translate to an exchange for me to be like, hey, Amazon, I want to buy $300 worth of stuff. I got this weird stuff. I don't know how you're gonna understand it, but like I mined it from this
well, they understand
algorithm,
it.
and
Maybe you don't understand it, but Amazon understands
They
it.
do
And that's
understand
why
it.
they give you discounts for using
But
it
then
and all this other
the
stuff.
whole
Right.
importance of money is that if there ever is a disaster or a crash of some kind, you actually have something to bet. That's why we have fucking the bank $100,000. Fucking what is it? It's whatever.
Yeah, but I think we're abandoning that as an idea because we're starting to get to a point where there's no
I mean,
danger
look
of
what
ever
happened
shutting
with the
down.
stock market crash back in the day. Everybody tried to.
That's
withdraw
why they
the money.
implemented the $100,000 reserve.
And now
Why
nobody
is it
has money
escaping me?
because
That-
they
like,
didn't
I
have
feel like
enough
a
money to
moron
do
right
it.
now.
No, there's something that I'm missing too about the burial. I don't get how they landed there. I don't. Get
All
how
I
people
know
get
is
them
like
out.
I invest in silver a lot, and like I have a chest of silver. And at the end of the day, when shit hits the fan, I'm still gonna have something that has been traded heavily for thousands of years.
Yes, but nobody.
Thousands of
Bingo.
years.
But it's like.
I have
Well, here's
pounds
all right.
upon
Well,
pounds.
It's
here,
kinda like
Dan. Here's a really good
values
way
in
of
the eye of the
equating it to
beholder, though.
Bitcoin. Silver, just like helium-3, for example, is something that's so unbelievably important because you can't get it on Earth. So, like, silver is also a finite thing on
finite.
Earth. There's
I get
only a
it.
certain
But they
amount
can
of
mine
it, and
more.
that's
There's-
where
But
that's
it
where the
exists in my
value-
real life.
and that's where the value comes from. Yeah, but you have to think past that because now we're in a digital age,
Which
and,
could
and,
die.
and which could.
No, but the question is
I don't think it
okay.
can die though because there's still solar power. There's still every
If-
kind
if-
of power.
if-
All you gotta
if-
do is
If
I
the
think the
digital
dinosaurs
age
had
died,
this.
paper money
solar
wouldn't be
flare's
worth
not gonna
anything
do anything.
anyway.
That's
Okay,
why
okay,
the
here's
metal
the deal.
is
Here's the
like,
deal.
this is
In
just
real
all
life,
weird.
Your paper money is just as
It's
uh,
fake anyway.
is just as
It's a
It's a
federal
rep-
reserve.
it's a-
it's just
supposed
as
to be
reliant
representative.
on digital.
Paper money's fake because they can just keep printing as much as they want.
Right.
They can do
And you
that
can't
forever.
do
and
that
ever.
with
Look at
Bitcoin.
Venezuela.
Which is-
Venezuela is
No, I know. It's like $1 million for a cup of coffee. I had-
999% inflation right now. They're literally burning their money because it's worth
Actually, this was a topic I wanted to bring up before.
less than
The
it is to
CEO
buy
of Home
electricity.
Depot
They're just burning.
publicly stated today
Yeah.
he wants to take a plane load of the loudest mouthed millennial socialists right now and fly to Venezuela and show them why it doesn't work. This was just today. This is one of the topics I want to talk about.
Wait, what?
From Home
The
Depot?
Home Depot CEO has just publicly said that he wants to he wants to take a plane load of the loudest mouth millennial socialists and fly to Venezuela right now in this current state and be like, "This is why socialism doesn't
None
work."
of the quote unquote millennial socialists
Venezuela's,
aren't
ruler
fighting
is
for
more
the
like a
type of
dictator, though, in
socialism
my
that
opinion.
Venezuela might claim to be under. And
Well-
and the fact that democratic socialism and other kinds of socialism are mushed together is
That's just
a
silly.
big
It is
is a
stupid.
big problem.
Well,
for
we can mush it
democratic
together.
socialism.
Like
But
you
they're
take
not the
Norway
same
and
thing,
Sweden.
So why would you put
Well,
mush
you
them
take
together?
Norway
It's
and
not even
Sweden
close,
and their
though. It's not even
socialism
close
and the
to
fact
that.
that they don't pay for military. That's why socialism works for them, because we're their military. Our military budget is 1,000,000% theirs. That's why socialism works for them. If we had them paying for our military, we could focus on other things. Be a
there's
different
different
story.
kinds of
The
socialism.
Norwegian military hasn't had any people in it since 1968.
Fucking
We're-
good.
NATO, which is the United States.
Well,
is
you
their
know what it
military.
is? I think everybody knows the definition of socialism.
I don't even think anyone really
But
does.
nobody,
Yeah, it's so
nobody
complicated.
knows
We just
the
vilify
definition
it.
of democratic socialism.
And that's the problem. And they just go, "Oh, there's the word socialism, so they're
Exactly.
the same thing." And it's like
Exactly.
they're fucking
It's
not.
not the same.
There's
So wait.
there's not one quote unquote millennial
it's
Is
socialist
Bitcoin the
that's
solution
fighting
to all
for
these
socialism
problems?
that-
Can
as you
Bitcoin
think of it.
be the solution for socialism
Dude,
and
I don't
capitalism?
know.
No.
I'm not a politician.
Can
No.
silver and gold?
I'm not an
No,
economist.
Okay,
I'm
no,
like-
no.
No, man, those
No,
things
no,
are losing
no.
value just in general.
No.
Well, if
Yeah.
we're
Human
looking at the
zeitgeist.
fact that we're looking at
Bitcoin
constant,
could die right now.
Right now, it could be dying.
So
right
could the
now.
dollar.
It could be done. No.
But,
it is.
It
We-
is dying.
If it has mass adoption, it will replace regular fiat. I'm telling you, it will replace
But
it. Cryptocurrency
regular
will
fiat-
replace it.
It should be replaced with gold and silver backed money.
No, it shouldn't.
Can I
because
just say
it
something about
costs
this, though?
way
There's
too
something
much
I've
money
started to
You gotta
realize.
ship money now. You gotta
What?
claim ownership of gold. What are you gonna ship it back and forth?
It's
between
just
people?
another thing to start more wars.
Well, that's why they did the fucking the
This
bonds
is digital.
and
This
stuff
is
like
everybody
Yeah.
has a phone already.
I don't know,
You
it's
just
so
go,
easy to
boop,
hack
boop,
digital
boop,
stuff.
Everybody,
Right.
oh, I just
It's so
gave
easy to
$10.
hack.
Like I've
Done.
started to realize, dude, that like we
It's
grew
so
up,
easy to hack.
we grew up with
You know.
cash and a certain idea of how it works, but we don't really know why the gold or silver has value either. It's just a fucking
Gold
rock.
only has
Well,
value
no, gold
because
and things like
of
that
electronics
have
and
value.
jewelry.
and
Silver
the
has
reason
less of a
and the
value.
value has to
Silver.
do a
Because
lot
it's
with
not used in shit except for jewelry. And
Yeah, but-
maybe
yeah, but so
and some
what? But so what?
antibacterial
No,
But so what?
NASA
We
uses
picked
it.
a rock and said this rock is going to be the most
Silver's used
valuable
in
rock.
Every cell phone.
Well, gold is too.
Well, yeah, but
Silver-
you're just like pissing on silver.
colloidal
But
silver,
silver's
all
not worth that much.
everything in
Let's be
space
honest.
is silver
Dude,
based.
if I
My
give you
point is
$100
this.
in silver,
Plastic and
it's gonna
silver
be
is
like
space.
a lot compared to
Something-
$100 in gold.
Something only has value because we accept it has value.
Exactly.
And that
It's-
somebody
it
said
only-
it
it's
has
exactly
value.
like
Higher-
Space
higher the
Cash
gold.
from South Park, okay?
It is like space cash.
You know, Randy Marsh made such a big deal about a
It
pile
has
of
nothing to
Space
do
Cash,
with
but he had no fucking idea
Cost
what it
of
was
production,
worth in
it has
Space
nothing
Cash.
to do with any of
cash.
that. It's just
All right, I'm
If you
making
think
my
it's
own
worth
currency
something.
tomorrow. You guys in?
Well, I guess that's a question.
We
you
can
get
start it
anybody
when
in?
it'll start. And I'll call Amazon.
But see, you
They'll
would have
accept it.
you would have to get people to put actual
They have to mine it.
value
I know.
into
They have
it.
to.
No, you'd have to have people buy it from you.
Right.
But
They're gonna
isn't a
mine
lot
it
of
for
that
me.
sentiment too?
I have now.
If I
20
believe it
billion.
has value, this
I have 20 billion Dan dollars. You have to ask me and
Dan
ask
dollars.
nicely for a Dan dollar. Amazon's in
If you
on
can
it.
get- look,
They're
Can
accepting
I
it.
have a Dan dollar?
can I have
No,
1
you
billion
guys have to
Dan
prove your
dollars?
worth.
If
You have
you-
to mine it.
if you have
What?
look, if you have an actual use case, people will buy it.
I will. I've seen people buy toast on eBay for $5,000. I will make my own currency and it will sell. And I promise you, they'll take it on.
Well, there's
Amazon.
already like 2,500 different kinds.
And I gotta
you
tell you
have
right
to
now,
compete with Jesus
I wanna see-
coin and all
Right,
sorts
I
of.
And
believe
by the
you.
way, I want you to succeed at this.
Yeah, I'm going to.
But
More than anyone in
I'll
your
ex-
whole life right now.
And I'll explain
But
it.
yes, anybody right now can make their own cryptocurrency, and somebody probably
Now
will
it's
buy
starting
it
to make
on
more
speculation.
sense. Now it's starting to make more sense to me.
On speculation, somebody will buy it.
On
thinking that-
speculations with real money.
Dan dollars will compete with Rick dollars.
So look, there's 110 billion dollars into Bitcoin right now.
Right.
People have invested total in the market.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
damn.
And there's 222 billion in the whole market cap.
Is this a
between
new
all-
Fannie Mae and
all-
Mac?
all-
like, is
all
this like a
coins and
big
everything.
bubble that they're just gonna and then Bitcoin
It already-
investors are going to go
I feel
away.
like that if
That
that was
didn't
going
even
to
happen
happen
yet. That didn't even happen.
Well, I
Yeah.
think this is bad. I think this is bad. I think I'm
Everybody
on
says
record
it
right now.
already
Awesome talk.
Bitcoin went up to
October
20
9th,
grand.
Bitcoin is bad. It's
Dude.
going to pop. You're going to lose all your investments. Your future's
Dude,
gone.
it just already happened. Bitcoin went up to 20 grand.
Yeah, my friend
in
was
December.
complaining about it to me at work.
And
He
now
got
it's-
in real
it went
early.
down to 5,900, say,
Yeah.
like, let's on average, and now it's like.
Speculation. That's how it pops.
But look, the way the math works is
You can't speculate your
the more people that put
silver
money
in my
into
closet.
it, by default,
I can tell you
the
what's
price
there.
has to go up because it's a finite supply. So 21 million
But
divided
it's
by
a,
the market.
it's a non.
has to go up.
It's not a
Has to go up.
finite supply. It's an finite, non-existent supply. So like,
No, it is an existent supply.
That's
it's like
the
saying
part that's
database.
No, you,
It's a
confusing.
you
database.
can't.
It
You
doesn't
can't,
exist.
You
Database.
can't. You can't like just go in there and change the number, and then suddenly there's
database.
more.
well, like
that's
you have
that's
the
what
stock
you're-
market. You have stocks. So you look
Who
at like
owns
Nike
the
stock. Like,
goddamn database?
Exactly. So like,
Everybody.
when you look at a
That's
stock
what
market,
makes
you're
it
looking.
better than
It's
a bank.
decentralized.
So this is the
We have to stop.
manifestation
We're
of a
just
hive
looking really
mind.
dumb. Everyone that
Exactly.
loved Awesome
I
Talk-
get that. I can appreciate that.
Exactly.
It's a manifestation of a hive mind.
It's a
That
hive
makes
mind
sense to
Right.
me.
So like when you go onto the stock market, you're actually seeing companies. You can go to their buildings. You can see their
different.
inventory,
No.
their
It's
employees.
different. It's an old idea.
That's old.
An old idea. It's a real idea. There's
Because
people
no,
there.
because
You
that
can knock on the
value-
door like,
That's what
"Hello."
they used to
So
say
your
about
favorite
phones.
fucking person is Agent Smith, and you're arguing about real buildings.
Yeah, right?
Listen, because the value of
wow.
stocks.
My favorite-
Bitcoin
Exactly.
is literally the Matrix.
No, listen. The value
And
of
it's
stocks are
not
different
real.
because it's not the same as a currency. Like the value of a stock is based on how much the company earns every month and this and that. There's no company behind Bitcoin.
Right,
So there's
it's a-
no
it's a
earnings.
currency. I get it. I get
Thank
how it
you.
works.
So
But there's
the
still
math, how it works is it's literally the amount of money in the market, however money. So if somebody puts $1 trillion into the market
of Bitcoin.
of Bitcoin, if somebody puts
But
$1
did they mine
trillion
it?
into Bitcoin,
How do you put
I
$1
get
trillion
it.
dollars
I
without
get
money?
it.
the price has to move up to like $100,000.
Whether you
per
mined
Bitcoin.
it or not.
I get it.
Whether you just have one to buy one from somebody else.
I just figured it out.
It's a supply versus money
figured
in the
some of it out.
supply.
Right.
It's a circulation supply divided by the market cap.
Right.
Or whatever it is, market cap divided by circulating supply.
I just got something that I didn't get before.
What did you get? School.
I
There's
something.
there's only 1% of people in the world that even own a Bitcoin right now. It's so
Lucky
little.
goddamn motherfuckers.
So if 90%
Or the
of people
most
all of a sudden
unlucky in
dump
10
money
years.
into Bitcoin, you know how high the fucking price is gonna go? It already went up to 20,000, and that was only 1% of people.
But it's not really there.
So Bitcoin
It is
is,
really there.
based on how much money is invested in it.
right.
Yes, exactly.
So it's just a pool of money.
It's a pool of money
Yeah.
divided by 21 million.
That's
That-
only right now. Yes, right now because once people start
Why
saying,
did they decide
oh, well,
on
this,
21
this,
million?
this item is going to be worth 1 Bitcoin or this item is going to be worth 0.001 Bitcoin, until people have products, everyday life, locally, saying, oh, this is Bitcoin, 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 it's
Right.
always going to be based on a fiat.
Just getting used
the
to another
background.
currency.
But eventually, everything's going to be based on Bitcoin, and fiat's going to be worthless because nobody's going to even want it.
Everything will be invested in Bitcoin.
Right. So there's not going to be
So
an
it is
exchange
Guardians of the
back and
Galaxy.
forth.
Everything will be Bitcoin.
Right. Or crypto. Let's not say Bitcoin
I
itself.
get that. I understand that.
Skynet.
Look, all these in-game currencies, you play a game and you have this in-game currency and you can't go to another game and take it with you. Cryptocurrency will allow you to...
It's like Dave and Buster's money.
Right. You'll be able to use Dave and Buster's money
No.
anywhere you want.
No,
Anywhere
I
you
don't
want.
like that at
dope.
all. I do not like that at all.
And it's like the same concept, though.
No,
like,
it's not the same-
It's
So, like, you don't
casino
have-
tokens
so-
right now, because it has to be transferred to cash eventually.
You're being nasty. That's a bad
That's
idea.
the only analogy I can come up with. Right now, it's like changing a token into fiat. But once everything's based in that token or the Bitcoin, it
Right, I
will
get
never
that
be
concept.
exchanged back into fiat.
But you can't
Everybody
use
will
it
just
right
be-
now until you exchange it to the
No, you can't.
our current fiat.
If people accept it, you can
Right.
use it. Like if you want
Right.
me to send you $100.
There's some stores
Bitcoin,
that you can.
I'll send
Absolutely.
you $100
because they're
Bitcoin.
believing in it
It's
and
just
they're
not,
making
like,
but they in
mainstream.
order for it to be a real thing, like you can't pay your mortgage with the Bitcoin. So like let's
There's
say
some places that are allowing you to pay your bills in Bitcoin. Right
And if
now.
there are people investing in it, there's always someone who believes in it because it's backed up by currency.
or
Dude,
not,
there's-
because
there's
it's backed up
currency
by
ripple.
another fiat system, which is
That's
our
backed up by
Federal
a bunch
Reserve
of
system.
banks
But
right
all
now.
of them are going to be that soon.
PNC Bank is
It already
using
is
right
that.
now.
The fiat, the whole world is fiat system. It's all bullshit. So now this is
So
a double
there's
fiat.
a bunch of currencies
so if it,
that are being.
I just see
like,
a
it's
mega
gonna be
collapse.
huge
That's
right
all
now.
I see. mega
I
collapse.
get it. I get something now that I just didn't understand before.
I do too.
I
got
don't
a collapse.
understand how they arrived at the number 21 million, but the rest of it I think I understand.
So how did it start?
There's so many lost already because, like she was saying before, people have lost their private keys and they're never going to get that back. So if you can say, okay,
It's
we,
not like
we know
losing
4
a wallet
million
and
are
someone
lost.
else picks it up
Right.
and can use it. Like
It's just
that's
gone.
it. It's
So
like
it's gone.
you burned it.
One day we know 4 million are gone. So now the max supply is only 17 million.
Well, can't we just create the
We
ones
can't
that are
manifest
lost?
more?
Which
No.
which
Why?
automatically raises the price because now
the
there's
rules
only
have been
17.
set. We have to follow the,
The
rules.
rules
to
are
the end.
set. It's mathematically set. You can't break
Who
the
set
math.
the rules?
What do you mean whose rules?
Who set the rules? Who put the first Bitcoin?
It was a fucking
Nakamoto.
hive mind
Who's the
creation.
first fucking
It was a
Zelda?
hive mind manifestation.
It's
That had to do
Nakamoto,
with
whoever that
okay,
was,
this,
that's
this.
probably a surname.
It was the amount of money
But
invested
whoever-
in it was what it
Look,
was.
But there's no money in the beginning. Some guy was just like, I
It might
created
be
this.
China.
Invest in it.
It might be China
Somebody.
that came up with it because it's a Japanese name. And if China government came up
But
with
it's
this,
basically Banksy. We
But I
sorta
can't believe
don't
it's
know.
China because
exactly, it's Banksy.
Oh.
You saw that painting that
Yeah.
got shredded?
Ah,
Oh,
that was beautiful.
dope as
Enough
shit.
of Banksy.
But now that painting's worth more because there's
Maybe.
stories.
It might be.
Maybe.
Yo,
But
dude, he's
China is
fucking
the
right,
first
yeah.
company or country on record to ridicule our modern day money supply in the United States because they were like, we did fiat 2,000 years ago. We already know it doesn't work. So your Federal Reserve is fucking bullshit. So I can't believe that it's the Chinese
Look,
government that's pulling
How
this
about
off.
this? China
Unless
was
it
saying-
is, they
China
already
was
know it's
saying,
bullshit.
Once quantum computers come out, we'll be able to break Bitcoin and blah 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 blah. But if they already have Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet keys, they have access to 4 million Bitcoin, right? Because he's never touched
Just like
it.
the Saint
He's
Germain
never even
fund?
sent 1 Bitcoin out as a transaction. That wallet's been cold since the beginning of Bitcoin. 4 million Bitcoin have never been touched. So if China all of a sudden says, "Oh, we got quantum computers. Look, we broke into Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet," but they're lying about it because they already have the private keys, type shit.
This is why you can't believe in this stuff.
Like,
Don't invest in it because this is how
No, that's
bad
actually
shit
no.
happens.
That's a conspiracy theory. That's
Right, but I
think
can
you're
see.
gonna
I
appreciate
honestly,
that, but-
I'm on record. October 9th, 2018, Bitcoin will explode. Catastrophic events,
Nah, it's about to go up probably.
and then
It's
explode
about
even
to go
worse.
up.
It's no different than fucking
But
Fannie Mae
nothing
Mac.
is going to stay up there forever. I mean, if we look at a large enough timeline.
Bitcoin
Exactly.
like this. It's people are saying October 10th or October 26th. It's fucking squeezed. It's like this.
And then when it pops
the
back
vol-
up, right?
It's either gonna go up or down huge.
I'm still doing my.
Oh my
silver
God.
It's gonna go up or down huge within the next month, probably. Within a few weeks.
shit. All right, so yeah, let's buy silver now because
Okay.
no matter what, if it goes up or down, silver is still going to be good.
How much Bitcoin can I get for some
Silver's been
silver?
going- dude, silver got dumped off this week.
Oh, I know. That's why we buy it now because when Bitcoin goes to shit,
Silver's
No,
been-
man, I'm going to
Silver's
use all
gonna
my
go
silver to buy
quadruple.
Bitcoin. That's what I'm going
Silver's
to
been
do.
dumping for like years now. It's like going down in price.
We got to wrap this show up.
it's actually stable. I research it every day.
Show up.
I'm like the biggest silver nut you'll ever see.
Silver Nut.
I made all
That's
my
a bad
That's his
name.
nickname.
silver nut.
That
I made all my
that-
money when it
that's
topped
the
$48,
name
and I
of
was
a
told
raging
told by
horse.
insiders, be like, "Yo, get your silver," and for a whole year, I was like, "Guys, fucking buy silver now," and then it went to $48 an hour. Do you know how many emails I got? Like, "Yo, you should have listened to." It. Like, yeah, I fucking know. So fuck you. It's fine.
Yeah, that was like
2007.
2007.
And no, 2011. 2011. It was after the collapse of the housing market.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
2011.
Yeah, it was all the hedging that was going on.
Now it's stable. Like it just went down 28 cents. It's like 14.28 right now, and I'm cool with that. You can buy it now. You can wait.
I remember my friend bought something like 17, and that was like years ago.
I am.
We are going to wrap the show up.
Yes,
For
please.
the
I feel like an
evening.
AM radio
So much-
host. Invest in your silver.
I don't even know how to explain this to everyone.
No, you cleared up a bunch. I still.
Thank you,
I
everyone,
still
for
see
watching.
it's very volatile.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you want to find more, it's AwesomeTalkTV.com. Awesome Talk TV on fucking Twitter and Instagram. Awesome Talk Online on Facebook if you're already there. Thanks to everybody who watched tonight and and contributed and all that other good shit.
FB.
So this has been Awesome Talk, Season 10, Episode 6, on October 9th, 2018. And thank you all for drinking
Sorry
with
about
us.
Bitcoin.
Let's click. No, man, I learned a lot about the Bitcoin.
Yeah, but the people listening are probably.
Bitcoin?
Or maybe they learned a lot too.
I learned a lot. So I'm gonna go run over
Hopefully
there.
people do some
No, I
research.
definitely learned a lot from you. Thank you.
I learned a lot too.
I still have a lot of hurdles in my mind that I have to.
Like,
Dan, we gotta break through that, you and me.
I'm
Right.
invested in it.
I mean,
but,
and I've definitely
that's not
researched
why
it. And I
I'm-
watched.